Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy May 28th. We are on the 15th episode of the Irrelevant Podcast, and I apologize for my heavy breathing because I was in a rush. I apologize extremely, not only to Jason, but to everyone for just being an asshole. Um, so I
Yeah.
was, uh, so I was kind of rushing because my sister just came back from college, and we were just dicking around on Star Wars Battlefront. So, yeah.
I was about to say I was looking on Discord. I was like playing Battlefront like this motherfucker.
How the fuck does it know that? That's really weird.
You playing it on the computer?
No,
What were you playing it on? Your
my
phone?
my Xbox.
I guess you have Discord connected to it.
Oh wait, is Discord like? Can you link it with your Xbox account or something?
Yeah, because that's how you can do like game chat
Ah,
and shit.
okay, I got you. For some reason, I just thought it was some weird ass like. I was like, how the fuck does it know that? I was legitimately freaked out at first, but
I'm magic, bitch. I have a camera in your room.
yeah. I was like, okay, either the government's spying on me, which they are, or Jason is fucking spying on me, which I hope he's not.
I jerk off to you every night before I go to sleep. Helps me calm down.
No, that is not okay.
Alrighty, so you listened to the whole thing of Opiate, right?
I did. Yeah. So the recommendation, everyone, was Tool's original EP. It was their debut, like their of anything they'd ever done. I think, right?
I think they had like a demo before this one,
Okay.
but it was
Okay.
it was very very fucking raw. And I think it had stuff from Undertow, like I think Sober was on there, a couple other things. But this was their first official demo they released, I think, or their first album. I don't know what they consider it.
Okay. Yeah. So we listened to this one. It's from 1992. It's really short, right? Because it's an EP. Um, Jason obviously had listened to this more than I had because I am very familiar with Tool's five studio albums, but I had never actually listened to this, and Jason was just curious to know what my thoughts on it were. So,
So, what are your thoughts on it?
I okay, I'll tell you this. Initially, I was like, eh, and like I was just kind of underwhelmed because and bear with me because like I was just so used to like listening to the newer spiritual Tool and not so
Yeah.
much like their early kind of like harder grungy darker stuff. um so I listened to it initially for the first time when I was commuting something for like a job site at my job. Like I just had to deliver a paint or something like that, and I was like I was not in the right state of mind to listen to it, because that is really important for me. Is like just being in the right state of mind when I'm consuming not just things for this podcast, but when I'm trying to just judge something or critique anything. I want to be in the right state of mind because I don't want anything inhibiting my ability to see what the thing in question has to offer, right? So
Especially if you're gonna look at it from an analytical standpoint too.
exactly. So then I listened to it again today outside of work, and I was like, huh, this is like actually a really good debut. Like I know it's not an album, but it's a very good debut from Tool. Um, because like initially I thought it was like underdeveloped. I thought it wasn't as sophisticated, but then I was listening to it again and like just like the riffs on like the opening riff on Sweat, and I loved Cold and Ugly, Jerk Off. Yeah, these are weird titles,
The
but
fucking my favorite parts are the intros of those two songs because
of
I think
Cold and Ugly and Jerk Off.
yeah, there's this the stupid monologue that he does in the beginning.
Yeah, because like they're exclusive live versions, correct?
Yeah, a lot of them are live versions, and that's like, like you saying like being underdeveloped. Like this is probably the most raw material that they've ever released.
Uh-huh.
Um,
But initially,
and like,
I yeah, sorry, you can keep going.
well, I was just gonna say like the mixing on it is really fucking phenomenal, and I think it's a lost art because you go like that's why most bands these days can't do a live album because the sound is just god fucking awful. Even the one that comes through the board So I think that's like, especially in the '90s, the art of live albums really was at its peak. I think.
Yeah, I didn't know that specifically, but yeah, I was just listening to like Cold and Ugly and Jerk Off, and I knew they were live albums just because of the initial, part in the beginning. But later on in the song, I forgot that they were even live tracks. Like
Yeah.
it just like you said, the mixing was so good, like the actual performance was really good. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, how like there's some bands that are just they're good studio bands, but they're not good performers, and vice versa and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the reason why it's difficult because obviously you have to do it in one take, right? Or like you record a bunch of times where you've played it out and then you pick the best one out of that bunch, but you can't stop and start over like piece by piece like how you mainly do it today. But the other thing too is not only like the sound being shit, but it's just very difficult to get a good live sound and especially recorded on an album. But the other thing is like I don't think they've ever released any other parts of those songs and like they never re-record them, like that's it.
Like they never did this ever again.
No, I like those two songs, like that's what you hear is what it is, like there's no official
Oh,
recording of those two
I see.
songs.
I see.
They're exclusively live songs, which I think is really cool that they never re-recorded them. They just left them because they were so good. They just kept them on the demo and that was
Yeah,
it.
and I like that because I am more than happy with the versions we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
um
there's like I still have meaning to show this to you. Like there's this god tier version, like this live version of the Holy Trinity. It's phenomenal. Like the mixing and just like the way they do the riffs and like the little extra things
yeah.
they add. It's just it's such a testament to me because I have never been to a concert. So like I still like when I'm critiquing bands of like oh I like this band or I don't like this band or whatever. It's just like I completely forget to take into account like oh are they good live or are they just a good studio band because I'm not really thinking about that.
So, I mean, short answer, there are a lot of bands that are really good live, but like I said, the sound of most venues is awful. And the gear that most people play with is all digital and it sounds like shit. So, like I said, like that's why live albums kind of peaked in the late '90s slash early 2000s or whatever because the gear they had back then was just phenomenal. A lot of them were amps from the '70s or '80s that will never be made that way again and never be made that well again, really.
Right.
So that's why I think it's like, and especially with them because I've seen them live twice. I was gonna see them three times, but COVID fucked that up. But
Man.
I like having like all like their light show is incredible. The fucking way they do all of the visuals is awesome. But they also the extra subtleties that they add to the live show that they don't have on the recording is really nice. Like Adam Jones will throw in a little bit of extra sounds that aren't on the album. Maynard plays with his voice a little bit differently on some of the tracks that you listen to them and like oh shit I wish he would have done that on the album sometimes.
That's me, man.
Um,
But like
yeah,
um when bands do that where like they'll sing something in like a different way and it's just like you can tell they're just doing it to do something slightly different and it just is
yeah.
so annoying. It's like when people do their stupid like renditions of the national anthem. It's like what the fuck? Like can you
Yeah,
just
it's
sing
like
it
they're
the
making a
yeah, like can you just sing the normal fucking melody? Like you're just
it's way too forced. Like they're trying to make a
yeah.
conscious stylistic choice, but they're also doing it off the cuff, and it just doesn't work. These ones, because like just for being a musician myself, I there's times where I've recorded a song and then I'll kind of play around with it just to see like if I can take it in a different direction. And then there's that one thing that's just oh this really fucking fits in the song, and I wish I would have done that on the recording. So I think people do that and they play it that way live. Gojira does that a lot too. They'll play like extra melodies that they don't have. Like there's a lot of times where they'll hold out chords and notes on the recording, but live they'll add an extra little melody to fill in between the spaces. So I
Hmm.
like when bands do that. They don't just like make a forced decision just to change the sound for no reason. They kind of add little subtle things that really like exemplify the music
Yeah, and like you run into that problem.
or amplify it rather.
Right, and you also run into that problem not in like just this medium, but also in film, like when they're remaking a movie and they just
Yeah.
change things for like no fucking reason. It's like, and it completely ruins the whole dynamic of like a certain character arc, or and all this stuff. Like Scar, like I remember I was watching the YMS review of it, and it was genius how he pointed out how in the original Lion King, Scar, like he knew the hyenas, and like you can tell he was already in cahoots with them, like before the hyenas were even like even before like they were even like met up afterwards after he had tried to kill Simba before the Be Prepared song. But in the film version, he decides to team up with them. I mean, I'm not sorry, not the film. Like in the remake, Scar decides to join forces with them after they had like tried to kill Simba and all that stuff. So it doesn't even make sense because it's like then like why were they there trying to kill Simba if they weren't with Scar? Like they just completely ruins this thing, and it just is like proves how these like people don't understand the original material and
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think my problem with remakes or anything that just gets a modern rendition of something old is that, I mean, it's pretty apparent in our media. They're just trying to sell sensationalism. Like, they're just trying to sell you a stupid fucking emotion, whether it's sappy or had or just has a, some sort of like redemption arc. Like, it has to be some pandering lesson that they have to give us because it's sellable. And I think it ruins. That's why people hate the fucking remakes, because it's not honest in the remake. They're obviously a cash grab, and they're trying to just change the narrative of the original story and just throw in like a fucking celebrity cameo or some like cute little fucking thing to sell merchandise to. Like, it's just so fucking dumb the way they do it now.
yeah, and especially it's like they only focus on making like on remaking movies that were already like classics. Like why do you need to do that? It's like why don't you just take something that didn't work and then just try to make a good movie out of it? Like I know that's what they try to do with Dune. I haven't seen either of the
Yeah.
Dune films, but I've heard that the original one left a lot to desire, especially from like fans of the
Yeah.
book. And I haven't seen the new one, but I've heard like not even just oh it's good, but I've heard people going like yeah, remaking that makes sense because like there was a lot of room for improvement, and this guy
Yeah.
who's coming in to make his new version of it, he's gonna like have his own take on it. It's not just gonna be the same movie but worse, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. So I saw the new movie. I thought it was fucking boring. I couldn't even. I just turned it off. I couldn't even finish watching it. It was the same with
Really?
me. I guess I just don't like the story, which is interesting because I find the story really fucking interesting, but I can't get through the book either. So
I have a copy of the book and I have the copy of the movie, but uh I've not consumed either one.
I don't know.
So I have
I
no
guess like
comments on Dune because I know nothing about it.
the vis the visuals are pretty cool, but it's just that's really much it. I mean, the costumes are cool, the scenery is nice and everything, but the rest of it was really fucking boring. The dialogue was so cheesy and forced.
I got you.
Like you could tell, like they wanted to really fit that young adult science fiction fucking teenage hero shit, and it just
Really?
doesn't
Because
work.
well, okay, so
Yeah.
here's my thing. Like I'm holding out hope for it because number one, I mean it's just a sci-fi thing and it looks cool. But also that director, Denis Villeneuve, he has made a bunch of movies that I fucking love. He made
What?
the Blade Runner sequel, like the
Okay.
2049. That was awesome. He made this movie Enemy, which is with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's where he finds the guy who looks exactly like him. That movie's really
Shit.
good. No,
Yeah.
it's such like a good psychological thriller, and it's also confusing as hell. Also, he made Arrival, the movie with Amy Adams with the aliens.
I like that movie a lot,
Yeah,
and
that one's good.
it's weird because that one should bore me too, but I for some reason really love that movie.
Yeah, I know. It's in yeah, that is a movie where like I kind of really would typically would think it, but at the same time, it's like just all it is just the way it's presented, how the material's handled, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think it's a stark contrast to when you try to take a story and revamp it and try to sell it as, like I said, some sensationalist bullshit that just wants to make money versus, telling an interesting story. Even if it's not that exciting in itself, it still is way more interesting than whatever forced bright colors and flashy visuals can do. Um, but
Yeah, man.
yeah, I mean, I think like speaking of, I watched Donnie Darko the other day. Finally, I thought that
Oh,
was actually really good.
yeah, yeah. Tell me what you think. What you thought about it.
I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought that the bunny thing was really creepy, which was cool.
Yeah, no, I like. It's like, what the fuck even is that?
Yeah, it was really funny though. I liked the angle that they were going in that movie.
Yes, no, I because like I've talked about this before. There's very few movies at this point that will make me just like laugh out loud. But
Yeah,
I was just laughing my ass off with my buddies at college when I was watching it.
yeah. I wish I saw it a couple weeks ago, so I'm blanking on the dialogue, but I remember laughing my ass off at a lot of it.
Same,
The
same.
fucking But yeah, I just want to let you know that was a really fucking good movie, and I don't know why I thought it was. Remember, I was saying like about a dude that fucking looks in a mirror and is like afraid of getting older or some shit. I don't know why I thought it was that. I still can't remember what that is, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah, no, I thought it was a good movie. But going back to Opiate, what was your favorite track off of it?
Either the two ones we just talked about, either Cold and Ugly or Jerk Off.
Okay, um, what did you think of the actual song Opiate?
Um, it's interesting. I mean, it's not well, okay, yeah. It's not my favorite song on the whole thing, but obviously like, the lyrics are, you know.
I was about to say, let's get into the lyrics.
Let me pull them up. So, I mean, I remember basically what they were, but
Yeah, I mean, for context, that's the edgiest song on the album.
do you
Basically,
yeah.
I mean, let me get your take on it first, just to see if you kind of understood the point of it.
Well, I mean, I remember most of them, but I'm just giving my back to refresh myself on it. Choices always were a problem for you. What you need is someone strong to guide you. Deaf and blind and dumb and born to follow. What you need is someone strong to guide you, like me, like me. So he's basically talking like he's doing like a lampoon of like being a priest, essentially.
He's basically, going after like the priests that prey on vulnerable people or just want donation money and basically,
Yeah.
buying your way into heaven, and you're not actually getting a salvation. You're just, here to just listen to what I have to say so I can control you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they obviously they throw in the sexual thing in there.
Yeah. No. And I mean, he's not wrong. These people are evil, and like, there's unfortunately a lot of people like this that are in the church because the Catholic Church was literally the institution that Jesus Christ founded. So of course the devil is gonna want to, do some shit in there. He's gonna want to distort it. He's gonna want to fuck it up. But
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why like people that like are Christian and would just kind of dismiss this initially. Obviously, like I do understand where they're coming from, but like I mean, like there's still a lot to talk about in this. But also, anytime I hear any kind of this criticism and all this stuff about if like Catholics, Christians, whatever, I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Well, to me, I don't think it's exclusive. Like, I think it
No,
happens everywhere. But I think, like, I think it's just the way the system handles it is what people really hate the most. Is like they'll move them around, or they don't really take it as seriously, or they'll spend a lot of money trying to cover up the story. So I think it's more of the systemic covering up of all the abuse is what people are really irritated about. And
yeah,
obviously,
and the
the
scandals and stuff.
individual person that abuses their power is the first target, but it's just the fact that it's just being always covered up all the time, I think is the frustrating part,
Well,
and
it's
people
that.
choose blind ignorance over it.
Yeah, it's like that, and you can also find it in many different situations. Unfortunately, like in
Yeah.
multiple different places, which is very sad. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's like that in politics too, and I also in Hollywood, like they'll do their best to bury it, or hire some sort of journalistic attack on both sides to kind of skim the waters, or just have a whole other scenario be super fucking exaggerated just so people can take their attention off that case and focus on something else. So I
yeah,
don't know,
because I
but
mean, these people have the money to do it, so
exactly,
yeah.
and I think that's more of the point is like the people that are high up in the church that just have so much money and they just abuse the shit out of it.
Yeah, man. And it's like if you look at history and all of these like schisms that have happened in the church, like they're almost all political.
Yeah.
Like just take like if you take a look at the Great Schism of 1054, which was the schism of the Catholic and the Orthodox, or the Eastern and the Western Church. I mean, obviously there was a few like there's a few doctrinal things that the Orthodox said that the Catholics were wrong about, which they weren't, but that's beside the point. A lot of it was just they just didn't like the Pope and they just didn't want to be under his jurisdiction and stuff like that, which is completely political, and it also it's a similar situation with Martin Luther, which like half of the theses were doctrinal things, which the church did not agree with. They're like, no, the what that's correct. Like you can't just change all of these doctrinal things about like the nature of Christ or like the litany of the saints or anything like that. But all of the ones about their policies and all that stuff that Martin Luther said, the church was like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
But then again, it's
I
all of it's all of like policies, like the political stuff and all of the jurisdiction and all that stuff. And that's
and
mainly the
that's really
reason where it
the
comes from. Yeah.
I agree, and I think that's also the main reason why people have a problem with it, because it is the politics and the bureaucracy behind it and the corruption that obviously the whole goal is to, it really is just for control, but also just takes away from the original message, and that, goes for everything. Any movement or any ideology that has one intention and then bureaucracy changes it to have more of a negative intention. But I think that was interesting in the song because, the fact that you can listen to a song like that and realize that it's a very specific attack, but not just as an ideology as a whole. Because obviously,
Yeah, and it's not like it's not so overt and just like talking about. I mean, I know he mentions Jesus once, but like other than that, like it's not very like there's a lot more subtlety to it. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
do you know his backstory, why he's like angry at that sort of stuff? Did you ever really, do you
Um,
know much about it?
all I know is that like he grew up as like a Baptist or something like that, kind of evangelical Christian, and he just um wasn't it, he just like didn't like how he just saw that they were just like more concerned about like money or whatever.
Well, the biggest thing was that his mom had some sort of paralysis that basically just made 26 years of her life hell, and that's why they named the album 10,000 Days, because that's the amount of time that his mother was suffering before she eventually passed away.
Mm.
And he was basically like if you read the lyrics on the 10,000 Days Wings Part 2, he talks a lot about how um, he just feels betrayed by the church because like they just were hypocrites in the way that they deal with her mother, and also like while they're still like praying for her and all of that, and he just saw the hypocrisy on that end, and then eventually just all they cared about was money and then support, and then when she died it just kind of went back to business as usual kind of thing. So he kind of saw that in that way and was just angry how they treated his mom because basically I can't remember specifically if it was like this was God's plan, so this is just how the way it has to happen, or like the fact that you weren't a good enough Christian or something like that. This is why all this is happening to you. So like there was something along those lines, and it had like a very very big disconnect. And like I said, if you go back to that song and listen to it, it kind of it started off in stages. So on A Perfect Circle, the song Judith, it is basically it's harsher lyrics wise than this song. It's basically just saying like F your God, all this stuff, and he's basically it's his angry stage, and then that song basically is a tribute to her, basically giving her wings, and hopefully God will give her way back home, and that if there's anyone more deserving of to be called a Christian, it was her, because she was devout her entire life, even when she had the paralysis and stuff like that. So
Wait, but when you're saying like paralysis, like how is this caused? And like,
I don't know. It might have been like there's a specific scientific or a specific medical term for it. I don't know if it was an aneurysm. It was something that made her kind of paralyzed, and it just made life hell for 26 years or 10,000 days, whatever that comes out to.
and
But
then
I don't know specifically what it is.
and so then he was wait, so he was mad at the church because they um
They basically like they were giving like her false sense of like help and support. Like they basically were just like, oh, we're praying for you, but not actually giving support. Or I can't remember if it was just like the church like did something that basically like didn't it just it pretty much just like he felt betrayed by the church for the way they treated her.
so
And then
like
after she died, they basically were all like, like, oh, in her memory, and they're all goody two shoes about it. So it was just a hypocritical thing. Like they weren't about it when she was alive, but then when she was dead, or something like it was something along those lines.
well, wait, so like they could have given her money for like a surgery or something?
I don't know if it's that specific. What I'm saying is I know like they acted one way when she was alive, and then a completely different way when she was dead.
I see. Was
Whether that was
he
money
okay,
or
sorry.
support.
What like kind of was this just like evangelical Christians or was this Catholics? Like do you know who this was?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. I think the point kind of remains because I think it's a very. I mean, I felt it the same way. Like you'll walk into a lot of churches and just the way that you are different as an outsider. Like you obviously don't fit in with the lifestyle, so like they're judging you, but masking it as saving your soul. And then when bad shit happens, it's either your fault or it's God's plan. And then if you eventually die, then it's just love and support. It's basically just a false sense of security, pretty much. Like it doesn't mean anything. It's just empty. like the support is hollow
Yeah.
because it's like behind like other intentions. I think that's kind of the point. And I'm being very general because I had it clear in my head, but I can't remember the specific reasons. But it falls along those kind of lines. It's basically like the fake support that people give you in that context.
Right. And I feel very sorry for Maynard and like what his mom had to go through because like
Yeah.
um and
I was just saying that's his backstory for why he was angry with religion for a while, and like that's why like a couple of the songs like were pretty brutal on that aspect.
right. Well, so this kind of brings me to this thing where like this whole like people that are like anti-religious and all this stuff, it's just I think there's a huge misconception of what religion even is because like when most people say this, what they're mostly referring to is just, you know, the political aspect of this. And in that situation, yes, this is annoying. But at the same time, I would never, and I'm not saying Maynard like necessarily does this, but for me, no matter what the Pope says, there is nothing that will ever convince me to be deterred from Catholicism. Because, like I said, the only thing that matters and the only thing that confirms the trueness of Christianity is whether or not Christ died on the cross. And because the Pope is not the leader of the Catholic Church, Jesus is, and he speaks through God, obviously. But he is not the head of the church, and if he abuses of his authority, you know, that's on him. And you know, God, like I'll pray for him so that he doesn't, you know, he doesn't do something that's gonna just fuck up his soul, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I heard this guy, Father Josh Johnson. He's this priest from Baton Rouge, and I actually met him when I was visiting there. He's a really cool guy. Um, he said how he was in a bar with some of his fellow parishioners or something like that, and then a guy walked up to him and said like, and, you know, like he has to wear his like thing that makes him look like a priest, obviously. And this guy asked him, he's like, "You're a Catholic priest, like an actual Catholic priest?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then the guy goes, "Yeah, you know what, man? Like, I just think the Catholic Church is like the most corrupt institution on the face of the planet." And Father Josh responded, "Yeah, you're right, because Jesus, he didn't go to the Sanhedrin to pick his apostles. The apostles were not these like high ranking religious figures and zealots. They were just random dudes, imperfect, but also at the same time, like, you know, like like Jesus saw something in them that no other man could have seen, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just picking these random dudes, these fishermen, like a tax collector, all these other kind of dudes from just all these like random walks of life, and yeah, this is what I'm gonna start my church on." You know, it's something fascinating to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I mean I'm of the belief that if you um God, here we go, losing my train of thought over and over again. It's not even a half hour yet. I like I said, I view everything individually, so it's a double-edged sword. So I think if you're going to be part of a system that is corrupt, I think you having the ability to say that you're not part of that system, or like you show somebody a better way, that kind of like devoids you of being responsible for that. Obviously, you can get to a point where the higher up you go, there's just no way to cut off a head because two more will grow back and there's just no other options that you have. But
Right.
I don't feel the need to hold everybody responsible and accountable for the actions that a couple people have done. So I think you can pretty much just chalk it down to that. And the other thing is, like I said, but that goes with everything. So like whether like if you are a priest that is supposed to be preaching the actual word, you're not going to be responsible for another priest that rapes somebody. You are responsible in the way if you actively are complicit in hiding something, or if you're just denying that something happens. And that can go for law enforcement, good cops, good politicians, bad politicians, whatever it is. I think your responsibility ends with what you're able to do. So I don't think it's fair that you have to lump everybody in one kind of group.
Yeah, because like kind of like in this song, and I'm not discrediting this song at all because I think it's very good. It's well written. It's good criticism. I like what Maynard is getting at. I love the song. It's a good work of art. But I just think when people are doing this kind of criticism and like the actual message, which I hear a lot, and the general criticisms that I hear towards institutions like this, they kind of like will only focus on the bad things that people do, because they're never going to like look at any of the actual like good things that religious figures do or that religious institutions do. Same thing that when it goes to like Capitol Hill, it's very easy to look at Capitol Hill and the people working there and just write them all off like, oh, they're all politicians, they're all just, they're all corrupt, they're all trying to maintain power and all that stuff. And we can say that all we want, but there are legitimately people there. It doesn't matter what party you're there, but like they're legitimately like they're like, you know what? I'm trying to make this country a better place. They might be doing it in a bad or good way, but there's still people there that are like they have good intentions.
And I think that's what I'm saying. That responsibility ends there because I don't think the system is designed for them to make. They have the ability to make the country a better place. I think you can take, like even if you had a guy that like 99% of Americans agree with, like there is just a dude that bridged the gap between left and right, and he actually had good intentions and good innovations and actual plans to get our country out of the shithole stance that it's in right now. The way that our system has in place, there's just no room for it. Like it'll just get, red taped and blockaded and watered down. So it's like the people that do have good intentions in any institution, if it's all the way corrupted at the top, there is no more room to advance unless you try to branch out and do your own thing. So,
Yeah.
if I mean that's what it is. Like, it's easy to find all the negative aspects about things, but that's just because it's just so abundant. Like all the positive stuff, it just gets canceled out because all the worst stuff just keeps getting bigger and bigger and wider, and it's more accessible to people. So I think that's part of that reason. So like I said, there's good politicians, but their policies won't really ever see the light of day, or it'll just get mixed around until it just has a whole nother meaning in the next couple of years, or it'll just get voted out by the next guy. So the way we have things running, there is no place for that, and I think that's really the main problem, more than whatever the individual intention of that politician is.
How much do you think this comes from people being afraid of other people not liking them and not accepting the fact
Like
that
as a
there's
motivation to do something.
yeah, and just not accepting the fact that there's just always going to be people that don't like you, no matter what you do, good or bad.
I think it's just human nature. I think most people do things with the guise of I hope somebody likes me or I hope I get admiration or recognition for doing this. Not many people can just do something because they like to do it or they think it's beneficial to only themselves. So, and I obviously like you can see on YouTube like all these vloggers and all these people that just make fucking scraping bottom of the barrel content. They don't give a shit what they're doing. They just want to be, approved for it. That's why they pander. That's why they just say shit they don't mean. That's why they do things that are very easy and sellable because they really want people to like them and they want that
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
It's just the vanity, I think, is what motivates people. But on a corporate level or a political level, I think it's just more of, like I said, power and control. And who gives it like it's that premise of like you have so much money and fame, where does it stop? And it doesn't stop for people. Like that
Well,
mindset just
yeah,
keeps going. Like they've always been poor their whole life, and even if you have millions of dollars, that attitude never goes away.
right. And also, there's just people where like they just have so much fucking money. They just like have and everything they've like ever wanted plus more, and they just like don't even fucking know what to do. Because
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
one also, but like at the same time, like when there's people like we've talked about this before about like people that legitimately think that X X political figure or whatever is going to, solve all these problems. But then it's like, okay, why are there all these problems? Like you have to say like for example, oh, like minimum wage. But it's like, okay, why do you need it to go up? It's because I need to live. Well, how much does it cost to live? Blah blah, and I need to pay for all this. But it's like, why do you need to pay for that? You don't necessarily need that. And this brings me back to something that is really interesting because when we look back in ancient cultures and stuff like that, hardly anyone was taught how to read or write. And like, why? It's because this shit would have been expensive. Even when you had the printing press and all this stuff, like it still was not available to everyone because not everyone needed to know it. you know?
Yeah, they didn't. They only felt like certain amounts of people need to be educated just to push whatever narrative. And I don't know. Like I said, just looking back, it makes sense why they only want a few people collecting and harboring all of the knowledge to spread to other people that don't have any say. Why? Because it just crushes dissent. You get a group of people that think the same way, and there you go. There's your fucking ecosystem, and nothing disturbs it.
Well, right, and that's why I'm kind of a fan of feudalism, because you had like all of the different social classes set up, but at the same time, like I don't really think anyone was unhappy. Because even like
It's hard
yes,
to say.
well, right, I know it is hard to speak for these people that don't exist anymore and are fucking dead for hundreds of years, but because like there is like obviously there was slavery, you had to serve a master, but at the same time like you know you were still like getting something mutual out of it, because you could still like have a family, and eventually you could hope one day that you'd be released, because
Yeah.
slavery obviously in biblical times was very different than slavery in like America, because that's what.
What
Oh yeah, keep going.
What I was gonna say was I don't. The reason why I don't think feudalism works is because it follows the same sort of model that pyramid schemes do. It's like you're gonna have millions of people at the bottom, and it's gonna go all the way up the pyramid to one guy at the top that makes the majority of the money. Like that model isn't scalable. Like you have to have like I think mathematically like millions of people to keep going up and making this pyramid for it to work. So feudalism kind of funnels in a structure where you have everybody below you, and all your money and all your fucking time funnels all the way back up, and it never goes back down. It's not a free flowing economy, and that's
No.
why it doesn't fucking work.
Well,
That's why
no.
it failed ultimately.
Well,
And also the warring clans and all that shit. Like it's just too many of them.
here's what I have to say about that. Like you're like when you say that, like no money comes down, I fail to see why it even like needs to go down, because like these people that are
Because
poor.
of the scalability. When you
No,
don't have
but
money flowing, you have to have millions of people for that model to work. And then when that people runs out, your model fails. That's what I'm saying. Like money needs to flow for economy to work. You can't have one group of people just hoarding all the money. That's how shit. That's the whole entire problem of why we're in this mess right now. Money.
we
Good
don't
economy works when money flows.
we don't live in a feudalist society anymore.
What I'm
No,
saying is like I know we don't live in a feudalist society, but what I'm saying is like why that didn't work, because the money wasn't able to flow. People need to have money to buy shit for an economy to work.
oh,
So like if
there's
you just
shit
have a
that you
slave
don't
labor
need
class,
though. Is
yeah, but
that's
that's
basically what I'm saying, is like the expenses of these peasants back in the day weren't expensive. So like they didn't need that much money.
but there's no room to move up. They were going to stay in that class system for the rest of their life.
Yeah, but like I mean, was it
There's
really
no
that
amount of work they
bad?
could have done to move them up.
Like you could literally wake up whenever the fuck you want. You could teach your kids however the fuck you wanted. You could do all this shit however the fuck you wanted.
No, I'm not arguing it's a better way of life. What I'm saying is a bad economy. It's a bad economic system. That's why it failed.
Why the fuck does it
There's
matter?
Because what do you mean? Why would you choose an economic system
Because
that doesn't work?
democracy is a scam, dude. Democracy is a
Everything's
fucking
scam.
scam.
But it
No.
works to an extent.
No, I will give you that, but at the same time, democracy does not make men more virtuous. It makes men more, like we talked about, greedy, more like lazy. It just does all this fucking bullshit that people, when they think of democracy as like this, it's like this 100% good, this pure good. There's like nothing, like there's nothing wrong to, like why don't we do it? It's like they never stop to think about the negative things.
I think that's just human nature. It doesn't matter what economic system or whatever system of government you throw at us. Like we're gonna just divert to that sort of mindset. What I'm saying is like it doesn't make sense to go an economic system that clearly fails, regardless if you have a good life or not. It's just a model. It's not sustainable. That's why nobody does it anymore.
Yeah, but
I mean, you could argue that there's there's countries that kind of run on that same aspect, or like like most countries, like I would say a larger percentage than 50 of the entire world runs on where there's an elite ruling class and a very low wage working class. Like we're one of the few countries that has a very, I would not say thriving anymore. I feel like our middle class is dying, but not that many countries in the world have a middle class. It's like ruling class and then poor working class is how the majority of that shit runs. And that's where we're headed, unfortunately. And their lives might be better, sure. They might not have as much greed. They might appreciate things more. That aspect is always debatable. It just depends on who you are as a person. What I'm saying, economically, it just does not work. And people don't give a shit about that because it's easy to just have a ruling class and a poor class. Like that's a model that fucking works, but just not for good economy. But they don't give a shit because they just, all the people that need the money and the nice things have it, and they don't give a shit about what the rest of anyone else needs. So it works for their model, but not for anyone else that's living in that country. And feudalism was completely different, where that's just what it was. Like you had entire class systems of people, and they just stayed there. And the fact that it didn't expand, obviously diseases and famines and war didn't help either. So it wasn't just because of that system, but it just doesn't work.
I mean, no. I mean, there was still growth, obviously, through like. I mean, why do people work for like the nobles? Because like they needed to produce crops and all these other different things. Obviously, like you said, like it's not it's not as good in the way of like capitalism, because like with capitalism, you can like make progress like really fucking fast, you know.
If you find the right thing, yeah.
Right, but also like we're talking about, capitalism could be really fucking abused.
Yeah, and that's the whole little point, is just trying to whatever fucking system just to try to fine tune it and make sure that it, like I said, it doesn't matter if you have socialism, communism, capitalism, whatever the fuck, like like not even like every, you can ask every economist and they're like, you have to have money flowing through everybody and you have to have people putting money back into the economy. That's just how it works. That's how you have a high GDP. That's how you have innovation. That's how you have just abundance of things as opposed to shortages and fucking quality issues. Like you have to have money flowing.
But like we just talked about, does abundance of things equal happiness?
I
Ah,
guess I didn't mean abundance.
I
I
know, I
used
know.
the wrong word. I meant like not having shortages of shit,
Right. Well, like shortages
where people are in panic mode, so where they have to feel like they have to get something in abundance because they're afraid it's going to be gone. I guess.
I just wish we went back to monarchy, man.
We're pretty much in one. People think like we like there's just illusion of choice and rights that people think we have in this country. Like we really don't have that. We're pretty much in a monarchy or an oligarchy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We're really
Yeah.
not in that much of a democracy. We're not even a like I don't legally we're not even a democracy. It's like a representative republic or some shit. Like I don't know why people still have that misconception that we really have choice in our government. We really fucking don't. If you have money and influence, then you have fucking choice. You have a democracy if you are somebody.
No, we have choice in the sense that like if we didn't like this candidate, we can get the candidate from the other party in 4 years, essentially.
Yeah, but that shit's already fucking pre-selected by money and lobbying. Like the fucking 2016 election pro that fucking Trump lost the popular election and he still won.
Well, it's because
Like
you go by
your
the.
votes don't mean shit.
Well, it's because it went. Fuck, I can't speak. It's because it goes off the electoral college.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We're not a democracy. You
Yeah.
have no fucking choice.
No, that makes us more of a fucking democracy with the electoral
It does
college.
not make it more of a democracy. It literally
Yes, it
millions of people
does.
over the other.
Because it. No, it's literally the opposite of that. Because if we didn't have electoral college, it would literally just be whoever California votes for.
Okay, so then put it this way: so since you're not in the electoral college, you have no choice. We'll say it that way. Whatever makes one thing more of a democracy than another is fine, but
Yeah, but
you're not in that system, so you don't have choice.
what do you mean? Yeah. What do you?
'Cause you're not.
What is the electoral college? Please explain to me what that is. Like, are we talking about the same thing?
Yes, what I'm saying, it's different than the general or the fucking general popular vote, whatever the popular vote, right? It's different. I get the point of having, majority population of one state being larger than numbers. They need equal representation. I get all that shit. I took civics. What I'm saying is that that doesn't do it on a fair system. That's not the only reason. That's the defense that people keep to have all the corruption not go anywhere, is because we can't just abolish the electoral college. Nobody's saying that. What they're saying is all this lobbying and super PACs and all this interest that is in the electoral college that makes people have the illusion that they're getting equal representation when they're not. So it's not abolishing the electoral college, it's getting all of this influence out of it. And the fact that you're a general person, you don't have any fucking say in that, is even more of the illusion of democracy.
Yes, you do, because like your votes go into whichever candidate wins in the state gets all of the the respective number of electoral college votes.
bro, I know that. That's what I'm saying. I know how the electoral college
Yes,
works. What
but
I'm
then I'm
saying,
saying like then like what are you talking about? Like are you just talking about how people
because
like
it's not equal it's not going to be an equal representation. Like if the majority of the country felt one way, it doesn't matter where they are geographically. The majority of people feel that way. It's not about equal representation. Who gives a shit if California has millions of people and Nebraska only has a couple thousand? It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that everybody in California leans left and then most people in Nebraska leans right, and that's why they have that illusion of fairness. But if you look objectively, it doesn't fucking matter because we're going to be in the same boat regardless of what president. What I'm saying is like people just think they have this illusion of choice that we're a full-fledged democracy, and it's not how that works because super PACs, lobbying, and special interests is what rules this country. The stock market is what rules this country. That's the reason why we had the fucking crisis in 2008 because instead of fixing our fucking budget, they decided to bail out these big ass banks and these Wall Street brokers. So it's proven time and time again that our country does not work on that basis. It works off of special interest.
so like are you just saying how with like all the like shit that goes on with the electoral college how there's like fake votes and shit or
You can, I don't know. Like I said, there's people
okay.
claiming that shit. I have no evidence. What I'm saying is just like for a fact, you have special interests in lobbying, and that's what drives the fucking politics of this country. It doesn't matter if you have an electoral college or a voting system or not,
So
but
yeah, that's
it,
gonna affect like which candidate gets the like more funding and whatever. But at the same time, whichever candidate had the more
yes, but that comes with strings. If you get funding from
no,
something, you have to be
yes,
contingent on what it is. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't just take money from somebody and not expect that to not come with strings. Like you have to protect their interests. That's why it's special interest in lobbying. You can't just get money for free and then just do what you want to do anyway. That doesn't work that way. That's what I'm saying needs to stop.
well, yes, but at the same time, whichever like I don't see what's wrong with whichever candidate wins. It doesn't matter what funding was used to get them to broadcast to the public for the public to vote for them. If that's who they vote for, that's who won the state, and that's how whoever get like they get that many electoral votes. I just don't see like what's wrong with that.
Because the people that get the most funding are usually the ones that are elected.
Yeah, but
Doesn't matter how many people voted for them or not. That's my point.
yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still just going to be between a choice of like it's this guy or that guy, and you're going to know who the other guy is because he's running in the race against the other guy. So it's not
What
just
does that matter?
it's because like you're saying like how they're not going to be noticed because they're not funded for, and these other guys are funded for. But at the same time, you're still going to know about them because they're in the race together.
Yeah, but they're not the ones that traditionally win. Like, do you think like the majority of people wanted Biden to even be the nominee for the Democratic Party? Everybody fucking hates Biden. They just voted for him because they hated Trump more. Like nobody wanted fucking Biden in there. That wasn't their choice.
Well,
Nobody chose that fucker.
so you're saying it's because we don't have any other options than the two, or
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's an illusion of choice. There's no good options, and people are fighting over which one is the lesser of the evils. People say that all the time. They like I talk to people. They don't actually like who they voted for. They just thought the other guy was worse.
well,
That's
yeah,
how we vote.
well, yeah, no, I agree, I agree,
It's stupid
I
as
agree with
fuck.
you on that because like that's the fucking problem with democracy. Because when in monarchy, it was just the fucking king, and whatever he said goes, you know. And obviously, it just depends on whether or not you have a good king or a bad king, and that's where
Well,
the
that's what I'm saying now. Is like
right.
whatever the government says goes. Like we don't live in a democracy. Like that's what I'm saying is the illusion of choice. Like we live when it's an oligarchy or oligopoly or like whatever fucking ruling word you want to use. Like we're not in a democracy 100%.
Yes, but at the
We have very little say in our voice of government.
right, but at the same time, all of this shit that like I mean, it's very easy for us to just go like, yeah, fuck the government and all this stuff, and yeah, more power to us when we want to say that. But at the same time, there's just so much like so much shit where it's like when we just stop and think like, yep, we have it pretty good, you know?
Not for long. I honestly think like it's this is probably we're at peak. I think it's just gonna keep going downhill. It's just
Dude,
gonna keep getting more expensive. Wages are not gonna keep up. Inflation's gonna rise. Our middle class is gonna die. Food shortages, fucking race wars. Like this is. I mean, you better enjoy what we have right now because it's gonna be fucked. Like, dude, gas is gonna go to like they're predicting like at least $6 nationally by the time August hits, and then like $10 in fall. They're reprogramming gas pumps to fucking take double digits. Because I didn't even know this. Most gas pumps tap out at like 100 to $125. Like that's it. You can't get more.
well, we still have air conditioning, we still have toilet paper,
Yeah, until they can't find enough people to fucking do HVAC because shit's too expensive and they have to use gas to drive around and do installations and quotes, so it's going to be expensive just to maintenance your. Like, this affects everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just like, oh, Americans have, we can't overeat our Cheez-Its because there's no Cheez-Its at the store. Like, no, this fucking affects air travel. This affects the distribution of goods. Like, this makes everything super expensive. Food,
Yes.
rent, gas, everything, dude. It's fucked. Like, we're
But
not going to be feeling this for too
yes,
much longer.
yes, that is right. But at the same time, this just brings me back to like the all of this stuff is just getting expensive because we abuse all this shit. It's like it's gonna make us realize like maybe we don't need all this shit, you know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to get to the point where it's like we don't need this abundance of stuff. It's going to be a point where there's going to be no stuff. Like, we're going to go the opposite direction and be a third world fucking country pretty soon. Have just like a ruling class and a poor class. Like, we're going to be going to the rest of the world.
We're not gonna be a third world country.
I pretty soon think we're going to get there. And maybe not like third world, but there's going to be no middle class in like the next 20 years.
Yeah, no, actually Thomas Sowell was talking about how like well, he was talking about how actually the the super like elite class and the super poor class are so small, and the middle class is essentially just like well in that sense it's just essentially like everyone in between, and it's so fucking broad, you know.
Yeah.
He said like
Yeah, there's always depictions of what is upper middle class or lower middle class or whatever.
yeah, because it kind of just depends on how like the terms are just kind of so blanket. But he was just basically explaining how like the like the elite class is essentially just 5%, and then the super like poverty poor is like 5%, and then everyone else is essentially at like the same after that.
Yeah. Or I think it's like that's why everyone calls it like the 1%. So it's like a very low percentage number of people have the majority of the wealth. And honestly, I really wouldn't even have a problem with that. Like, good for them. I don't have to be fucking rich. Like, that's fine. I just like when you make policies and you do shit to just make the majority of your country even poor. Like, it's just a problem.
South
Like, I don't give a
America,
shit if people
baby.
keep getting richer. That doesn't bother me. But like, if you make it life shitty for the rest of us, like, that's a problem.
Oh no, yeah, because there's nothing wrong with just being rich, because obviously like
Yeah.
that employs other people, and you are like, because it's also expensive to be rich, you know. Um,
Yeah, but they don't feel it. Like, who
no,
gives a
right,
shit?
and obviously like if you want to just have a bunch of money and spend money on shit that I wouldn't want, that's between you and the Lord. Like obviously, you know, but like you said,
Yeah.
once it starts fucking with other people, that's when it's a problem.
Well, it's like with me, right? Like, I feel like I don't have an abundance of stuff. I feel like I don't really overindulge in much of anything. And there's people that are more expensive, like, or the people that have more money than me that do that. And I know people that have less money than me that do that. So it's like, but I'm still going to be affected. And I think, like, I don't think, like, chalking it down to, like, oh, this is good for us because we just need to be less fat Americans. Like, this is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, it's just going to make life hell for the rest of us.
There is truth to that.
But I don't know. Like I said, going back to the original point, I don't hold individual people to that systemic standard like everybody else does. Like, if you're complicit in it, then yeah, you should be, have responsibility. But if you're trying your best and knowing that you're just gonna get shit canned from everybody above you with just so much red tape, there's really not much you can do anyway. Besides, like, honestly, I'm going on record saying this. Like, if those people that stormed the Capitol on January 6th, like, picked up some guns and fucking shot up the place, like, we probably would have some real change right now, honestly.
I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah, except for that bitch that got. Dude, did you see the video of that that woman that was climbing through the window and she got fucking sniped by that dude with a fucking hollow point?
You told me about that earlier today. I know. I didn't
Oh,
see
it was
that.
brutal. She fucking
Man,
flew.
man, what is a hollow body? I am really bad with this stuff.
Hollow point bullet. It's like a bullet that has a hole in it. It basically, when you get shot with it, the bullet like expands flatter and it's supposed to make a bigger hole, and it basically does more
Oh,
damage than a regular bullet. Yeah,
shit, man.
fucking sniped with a pistol off the fucking window in the Capitol.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, but it's
I wonder.
such a.
She's probably the
sorry.
first person that's died in there. If you think about it,
In the capital.
I would guess so. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe somebody had a heart attack in there, but she's probably the first person in the history of the country that's died in there.
Well, like
Well, I
died
don't know,
died
like,
through
if-
like homicide. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well,
I
don't know
never
how
thought
far
about
back
that.
the Capitol building goes. If that goes back to like Civil War times, or if shit's got burned down, I don't have no idea. I don't. My history is fuzzy on that, but I think
Yeah.
like, and then at least in the next 200 or last 200 years, probably the first person to die.
Yeah,
in
man.
that building.
But
I don't know
it's
though.
so interesting though because when a lot of people have just like these boring, mundane, kitsch lives, it is like it's understandable why we find all of this like dystopian fiction interesting because we almost like want it to happen so that it's something interesting is happening. Like, oh, now I don't have to go to the fucking 9 to 5 anymore. You know?
Yeah, just put on my fingerless gloves and my shotgun and I'm ready to go. It's like people aren't ready for that shit.
Yeah, but don't you just find it interesting why, as a society, we're so into like the zombie apocalypse, like government, like dystopian control shit, and like
I think honestly, it's deep down we know it's gonna happen sometime, so we're just mentally preparing. That's why we find it so interesting. Like I find it interesting because I feel like how easy it mimics real society, and I mean, to be fair, it's kind of a cop out because the people that write those stories, it's a social commentary of whatever their life was like. So it's like RoboCop, right? You look at the way that RoboCop is written, super dystopian, but you watch it and it's like, holy shit, like we do this on a micro level right now, and they could probably get to this point realistically. So it's like you watch these movies and it's interesting to see how creative they can get, and also like how scary fucking real that it could happen in your lifetime.
yeah, I haven't seen RoboCop, but I have seen Terminator, which I love.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think yeah, Terminator was good. I like Terminator a lot.
yeah,
That's more out of. I mean, obviously, it definitely could happen, but I feel like a lot of shit has to get down exactly perfect for that to happen.
but like the AI shit, do you buy that more or less or the same than like the dystopian government shit?
Do I buy the AI is going to get so advanced that it tries to wipe us out?
Right. Do you what do you think of that?
I feel like we're going to do that before AI does, honestly. I don't think we're going to get advanced enough to a point to have AI be sentient like that. I think we're going to kill each other like far before then. I feel like we're going to have super advanced technology that'll kill people a lot more efficiently and a lot more quickly, or people are just going to be put under a super ruling slave class. I don't think it's going to get to the point where AI will kill us, honestly. I don't
Dude.
give us that much credit.
Dude, do you think human beings have like a need for problems and a need
Yeah.
to like have a thing to solve and stuff like that? And
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah,
people
I
are
agree with you too. I
I
just wanted to know what you thought.
I just think it's because nobody's really like I wouldn't say nobody. I feel like most people are not content, so they have to like. That's why like you always see on Facebook all these bitches complaining about shit that's like oh I get into the situation where I'm yelling at my landlord, or oh this lady in Walmart says some shit, so I was screaming at her in the parking lot. These people just constantly like find problems for themselves. Like I said, minding your own business is a fucking statement. It's a staple.
Those are the most
Um,
privileged fucking people. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
exactly. They're the most entitled. They like their lives are fine, but they just go out of their way to find problems because they're bored or they want attention. Like nobody, like we're not. I keep saying nobody. Like most people just aren't content. So yeah, I feel like we have an instinctual need to find problems when we get bored, or because everybody has main character syndrome. Like they just feel like, oh, this is a good movie if I go through some shit right now, or oh, I want to take this huge risk that I know is a risk, but I want people to feel bad for me that I took this risk. It's like shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, also, like, but the main character mentality, like Joe Rogan was talking about, can also be used to like make your life a lot better because you can put
If
your
it's beneficial, I agree.
right
Yeah.
because like you can put yourself not in like the state of self righteousness, but you can put yourself in this in like the this is the part of the movie like in the beginning where like I'm down on my luck, everything fucking sucks, and like I hate everything. And it's like nothing's going my way, but like I can turn it around. I can have that like triumphant like win in the end and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and if that is like you said, if it is of that vein, then it works. It reminds me of a story of a guy that I know at work that he basically got scammed into thinking that he was gonna have a relationship with like this recording artist that was famous, and left his wife and kids to go do this, and fucking got scammed, had some bad karma, got into a car accident, came back, got divorced, like lost his shit, and then he was like, you know what? I feel this is the start of my music career. Like things are gonna turn around for him. Like you realize you have to gain respect to go through hard shit to do that first, right? Like that just seems like it's bad karma, bro.
Was that the fucking guy you were telling me about, like that wannabe redneck dude?
I think so. There's a lot of fucking boomers that are like that. That just their lives are fine, but they just, like I said, they feel the need to have protagonist syndrome.
Yeah, dude, we could go on for like I don't even know how long about the fucking boomers, man.
Yeah.
Like, because people keep talking about how like the it's like the like Gen Z is the privileged fucking generation. Look at what even the fucking millennials had. It's like no, look at the fucking shit that even the boomers had. Like the boomers had it so goddamn good.
Yeah, and like and I worked in a restaurant I worked in restaurants for a long time, so the majority of people that gave me problems were boomers or people on the aging millennial stage. So I just like my parents just don't grasp that. They still have that mindset that like we're the most entitled generation. I'm like, no, you guys are the most entitled generation.
Well, yes,
And every
because
time I tell them
yeah,
that
sorry.
no one gives me problems except for boomers, they just like it just doesn't compute.
Well, right. It's because every fucking thing that the boomers like shit on us for doing, they started all of that. Like the fucking sexual revolution, all that shit about
Yeah.
how we don't have traditional family values anymore. So I'm like, you guys fucking went away with all that shit.
Yeah, it's like you just wanted to hide it. So it's like everybody is like, oh, we were like this, and then you talk to them as like, oh, I raised comes to hell when I was in high school and college. It's like, pick a fucking lane, dude.
Oh, yeah, and at the same time, like there are legitimately people that did maintain that, or else we wouldn't be here today. But as a general like overview and like a simplification of the boomers and like what most boomer stereotypes do, that yeah, that's in the vein. You know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not everybody. I've had people younger than me, older than me, give me problems. Like I was in Chipotle a couple weeks ago, and there's this, I assume, millennial bitch just screaming. Like obviously, you walk in, the fucking line is full. There's door dashers, like 5 door dashers, standing on the side waiting for their order. There's only like 2 or 3 people on the line, and they're clearly fucking busy. And there's just bitch was just screaming at them for 10 minutes because the food was like, I don't know, 10 minutes late. She had to stand there for 15 minutes or whatever the fuck.
Man, dude, like
So like, yeah,
we were
I
talking
feel like that's
about
the only
that.
good thing
Yeah.
about it. This recession we're about to go in is like the entitlement is gonna hopefully humble a little bit of people. It's like maybe you can't buy this fucking dinner out for the fourth time in a row. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
maybe you got
that's
to
what I
cut
was
back.
talking about. And I know
Yeah,
that
but that's just
no,
gonna go too
yeah,
far.
I understand like this isn't necessarily like the same thing that you were referring to, because you were referring to like no, people need like people they're not gonna just have no money for like the fourth night out in a row, but you were saying like they're not gonna have enough money for just food in general. I
Well, think about it, dude. So like let's
no
take
um
like someone makes 50 grand, right? Somebody that makes 50 grand, back in maybe 10 years ago, they could get an apartment, they could live, like they couldn't really get into much abundance, but like they would live semi comfortably if they didn't have medical bills or they didn't have like some sort of money problems, right? But these days, you can't even find a place to live. You have to like prove that your rent is 3 times your or your income is 3 times the rent or whatever. Or, like, at least you have to live with a roommate or at least a couple people. So it's like gas goes up, rent goes up, food goes up,
yes
everything goes fucking up.
but I still come and say that like this is something especially that I just learned when I went to a country like Brazil, which and I just mentioned this in the last podcast, how there's tons of middle class people just like you and me that live there and have like nice comfortable lives, but at the same time there's just a lot more of the poor people that kind of live in huts and like go to sleep hungry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's interesting though because like those people are still happy, and at the same time, like
Well,
there's
yeah.
still the middle class people are still really happy too. Well, I mean, I hate to speak for these people, but I just think like you're saying, like this like kind of recession that we might and probably will have, it'll just like it won't all be for like the worst, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, hopefully there is light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know. It's just hard to be
Well,
optimistic with
right, and I
just
mean, look,
learning how our system works. But I mean, if you were to honestly ask me, like, I don't know where that psychological bridge gaps, because obviously, like, you'll go to people in third world countries, and a lot of them are the most pleasant people you'll ever meet, and they don't have that much stuff, and they don't need that much stuff. But
well,
there's
no,
also people
yeah,
that are poor that are fucking struggling and or just they just die or just remain just mentally fucked. So obviously it is a mindset and you have to adapt, right?
oh,
So
right, yeah. I mean, you could be at any class, you could have X amount of money. Doesn't matter how much money you have, how many things you have, and you could still be happy. You could still be sad. You could still be anything. I just think that's still a testament to how we still all feel these emotions universally as human beings. and how it's easy like in movies to depict um Mr. Plinkett talked about this in his review of Titanic, how like it depicts like like the first class passengers as just all of these like just these sick, pretentious, like just rich assholes that have like no respect for like the dignity of the poor and stuff like that, and then the poor, all these like humble, like all like the third class passengers, all these like humble people and all this stuff, and then Mr. Plinkett goes, yeah, well, maybe they don't take into account the fact that maybe there was all these first class people that were, they were really good family men and they took care of their families very well and they were very polite. And maybe there was a bunch of these like third class passengers. There were a bunch of drunk assholes who beat their children.
Yeah, and I think that just really goes home to show like it is how you view things and how you go through life and how well you adjust to everything else. And I don't know, like if you were to tell me like let's say this is not going to happen, like prices are going to be going back to more people can afford to live and more people can afford to do things or buy more things, whether that's car, house, whatever, right? And you have the majority of people go back to their old vein, because I feel like most people now, like regardless if they're rich, they're middle class, or they're poor, most people are superficial in general. Even like the people that don't have a lot of shit that pretend that they do, or like the shitty things they have, they try to pretend that are nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just that like that flex mentality of like just look at me kind of shit. Like
Oh my
I feel like that's just a mindset
god!
that can be squashed out with whatever economic level that they're at.
And
I
dude,
just think that our country, like I said, our country just sells that fake sensationalism. So we wonder why everybody walks around being not true to themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
to
dude.
give people that we sell this fake idea that you mean something and that agreeing with something makes you a fucking, icon.
Well, yeah, no, and it's because, like you said, we live in the look at me generation, and we all want to appear nice and humble and virtuous without any of the previous things I even mentioned, right? Because, um, like, what's the opposite of? Oh no, yeah, humility. Sorry, the opposite of humility is pride. It's we live in a very
Yeah.
prideful fucking generation that want to take credit for all this shit that they didn't even fucking do. Like, especially people that have ethnic pride, and I'm guilty of this. But like people that want to like be like, oh, I'm so proud of like the like like the people I belong to and all this like great traditions and all this stuff I have. Which, first of all, you don't even fucking do any of those traditions anymore, and second of all, it's like you didn't add anything to it. Like, what the fuck? Like, you have more culturally in common with like me and like average Americans than wherever fucking country your ancestors came from.
Yeah, and the fact that people carry that weight like it means something is, like I said, they could be rich or poor and they wouldn't change the way they are. That's just how they are. I don't think we should use that as an excuse to fucking drive us into a recession, like I said. Like, that's just not
Yeah.
good for anybody.
Yeah, but it's still so nice how like we had that little thing, and I was getting kind of mad, but at the same time, like we still come back and we're like, hey, there's still a lot of shit that we hold together, not just you and me, but like a lot of people.
Like I said, it's just the way you view shit. And also, like, I don't know, man. I don't have the fucking answers either.
Only,
It's just easy to see where the problems are.
only Jesus has the answers.
Why don't you tell them to come down here and fix this?
Well, I can't ask them to do that because that would be putting the Lord to the test, which is one of the worst sins you could commit.
Put these nuts to the test, bro. I'm tired.
Will, he's gonna
Sick of
put.
these hoes.
You're like, Will, he's putting your nuts to the
Nuts
test.
on the grindstone. Let's go. I don't have too many years left.
Yeah, man. It's just like, dude, am I gonna fucking die like that? Oh no.
Yeah.
Not a good look,
Not a good
bro.
look when you're dead.
Well, for Will, it'd be fine. So, but for most people,
um,
not a good look, bro. Even though that's not coming from me, that's coming from the popular opinion.
Popular opinion. I
Yeah.
I hope, man. I am optimistic, and that's why I enjoy, talking about other stuff like music and arts and beautiful things and stuff that actually matters or cool technological innovations, because there's not much really to truly appreciate in its actual form as opposed to information or visuals that get twisted for another meaning. Like it's nice to just look at things in actuality.
Right. And like, it's so easy to just see all of like these shitty advertisements and just shitty clothing brands and whatever it is that like and all these shitty foods, that are they're literally just designed to like it's fake, it's not coming from a place of sincerity, and it just feels sick to the core. It's easy to just look at them and be like, oh, or like even if you have this piece of clothing where you're like, fuck, this was probably made by some like poor little kid in a sweatshop in China or East Asia, and you're just like, fuck, and all these things are coming at you, and like your head's like wants to explode, but at the same time you can still go back and listen to Tool, or whoever it is, and you just have that recreation, because that's what recreation is. It's literally, you are
Yeah.
recreating, you're reconstructing yourself, and that's how we develop, tastes and opinions and just anything.
Yeah, and I think you have to. I mean, we've touched on it a millions of fucking times with duality. Like, you have to have that shit. But if it's just like when you're scared to walk outside because you think you could be fucking shot any day, or you're worried about how you're gonna feed your kids, because shit's gonna get too expensive, or it's like you work all the time and your vacation plans are ruined because they're canceling flights. You know what I mean? Like, I was reading an article, like I think it was Delta or some major airlines canceled like a high percentage of flights so we can do like short staff because people either don't want to work, or like they've had people call up because of COVID, or fucking the price of fuel is so high. I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of different reasons. So like, it just, people don't realize the butterfly effect that all this shit has on every single aspect of life.
Yeah, my brother and sister flew in from Wyoming. Their flight got canceled and they had to get one in the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I
only
do.
one day, but still.
It makes me fucking irritated because I'm supposed to go to Los Angeles in fucking this Thursday, and like
What
I'm
the
reading all this
fuck?
shit.
You didn't tell me
Yeah.
that. What the shit?
I
Oh,
didn't tell you that?
you saved it for the podcast. What a fucking
I did.
king, dude.
I just did that without even thinking about it too. Look at me. It's my innate my vision.
We're so used to being
But
on this podcast. It's like part of our nature, dude.
yeah, but I'm going to a music convention in Los Angeles, and I swear to God, if one day it gets delayed, I'm gonna fucking murder somebody. And you know what? The FBI is not gonna do anything because they let people say shit on Facebook and they still go up and shoot up a school. So fuck y'all.
Yeah, man. Oh, that shit.
God,
That shit is so
awful,
sad, man. That thing in
dude.
Texas and like the parents screaming for them to do something. Oh man, and like
This is
we were
this is
just
me
talking
not
about
shitting
this,
on.
man. Like this just random shit comes up, and you just see all like the shittiness in mankind, and then you go back and you see all the good shit that they did.
Yeah, and I want to make this preface because it's very complicated to express how I feel on this topic. So when it comes to like law enforcement, the problem is not just as simple as defund them or support them, right? Like, everything is case by case basis. But I will say the police fumbled the fucking ball so hard on that.
Oh yeah, no.
That dude,
Uh huh.
that was awful. I can't believe that.
Yeah, no. My mom. I was talking to this with about this with her. She said, like that, you can literally just pin that to the fact that like a lot of these people that are in these positions, like law enforcement, security, or like firefighter, like they don't want to accept the fact that if you're doing that kind of job, you're like you have to accept the fact that your life's on the line. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, they like majority of them have body armor. Like, they have high powered rifles too. Like, they pretty much outmatch a fucking 18-year-old that can shoot kids. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going and trying to fucking take out a rogue Delta Force like guy, like you, or a fucking
Yeah.
Green Beret that snapped. Like, it's a fucking 18-year-old that's shooting kids. Like, go get him. You can get him.
I know.
I promise.
Like what? Yeah, that shit. Yeah, they shit the bed, man.
They fucked that hardcore, and it just makes me like I said, like, the whole like police debate is a whole other thing in itself. I really falter. Like, hopefully you interact with ones that aren't gonna fucking make your life hell, right? But you need some sort of policing, and just like, again, changing the system and having reform makes this better, as opposed to just completely siphoning away. But like, rebudgeting is fine, but I guess you have to look at specific plans. Besides the point, my point is just like, you really have to protect yourself. And I think when it comes to shit like this, it's like, this is more of a reason why you need to carry. I just read a fucking story yesterday about a fucking guy that was having an argument with, somebody in a party in West Virginia. There's 40 people, came back with a rifle. Dude fucking saw him coming up, took out her pistol, shot and killed him. Avoided a mass shooting yesterday.
Yeah, no,
It's
yeah.
not going to be the 100%. Like, I mean, the NRA uses this excuse all the time, but I mean, honestly, it's even if you're not trained, having one gun is better than no guns. Like, honestly, like it does not make like seeing the lack of police coordination, the fact that this shit happens all the time. You literally could be anywhere at any single time in any state in this country, and you have a high possibility of getting killed in a mass shooting. Like, it's the numbers are out there. Like, you can't wait for cops to, and they're just gonna be everywhere. Even like when they get warned about these people, they're still not gonna fucking do anything. They don't take that shit seriously. So they're like, I
Yeah.
don't have any faith in any institution protecting me, and that's why it just makes me like that's why sometimes I feel like it's orchestrated, because there's a gun scare every year where people are paranoid about something and they flock to the gun store and sales go through the roof. It happens literally every fucking year, whether it's a Democrat in office starting to take away guns, or it's COVID, or it's, violence is rising in your area. People don't feel safe. Like, there's some reason for, mass amounts of people to flock to a gun store.
Yeah, this is no, it's 100% fucking true, and like that's why, I like obviously I'm pro gun in the same way that you are. I mean, I hate to say that, but like I mean, I'm anti gun control, and my argument for the fact that anyone should be able, well, not anyone, but like anyone over like a certain age who has like a like background shit should have a gun is because at the end of the day, these criminals that have guns, they're not going to fucking follow these gun control laws. So like you may as well have these people that like you said, they can prevent this shit and stop all of these like tragedies from happening, and they could just kill these fucking awful people that do this, you know?
Yeah, and I think, like, more specifically, like, I have very concise thoughts on, like, obviously, like, you look at drugs, you look at, guns, murder, what, like, and like it doesn't help to make shit illegal, and it's just not gonna work. Like, I'm of the opinion, like, you don't need a fucking high caliber weapon that can shoot millions of bullets. Like, I'm of the opinion, like, you don't really need that. But again, banning it's not gonna do anything. I think the one thing that will work is it makes it a little bit more difficult for people to own a gun. So I think of it like driving a car, right? Getting your license is harder than it is to get a gun. It just is. Like, I have guns, I've bought guns. It's 10 times easier. Obviously, they do a background check, but that's really criminal. Or if you have, I don't know, I guess it goes by state by state. Some like things on the form ask if you like have a mental illness, or if you're medicated, or if you've been blah 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 blah. But in Virginia, anybody can open carry. And you see like some jackasses walking around Walmart with a fucking gun on them, like, that they're fucking just degenerates and they don't actually know how to use a weapon, or like they'll get into an altercation and ended up killing somebody and going to jail for it. So it's like, I feel like you have to be more trained to own a firearm. So like, to get your concealed carry, yeah, you sit through like a 4-hour class and take a little test, and you pay $15 at the county clerk, and there you go. You can conceal a weapon, and you like, it's not that hard to fucking own a gun, and I think it should be a little bit harder, and I think that works more than gun control does, because it shouldn't be as easy for people to get a gun, honestly.
Well, like you're saying,
That's where I kind
it
of
just
end.
needs like a little bit of reform. Like it doesn't mean you need
Yeah.
to ban them altogether. It's just let's just see how
Well,
this works, and let's just see where we can fix this. You know?
it's like I said, I don't think people need fucking like assault style weapons, but again, banning it's not going to fucking help anything. Like, it's just going to make it more lucrative in the black market, and the people that are going to do these awful things are going to find a way to get it. And you can destroy every single fucking gun in existence, and even if that's impossible to do, like, there's still going to be shit. Like, there's going to be pipe bombs, there's going to be fucking people running shit over with a van. Like, it's just not going to stop. So I feel like people have to defend themselves with guns, and I also think that you need to be more trained and you need to be more careful about who owns them more than it is now, because it is very simple.
Yeah.
And it varies state by state. I'm just saying, in Virginia, it's very easy to access a firearm, unless you're a felon.
Right. And like it's very easy to look at this when people ask like why is there so many school shootings in America? It's very easy to say like, oh, it's just because, Americans are obsessed with guns, they love guns and they love shooting each other. And it's like, well, no, because you have to look at other countries like in Switzerland, like you need I'm fairly sure that you're required to have firearm in your house. And there's like
In Switzerland?
yeah, and like you never hear about a fucking
Interesting.
shooting in Switzerland. Like you never hear about a school shooting, God forbid. Like, but it's like over here, it's literally just like we have no fucking morals anymore. Like there's just no regard for any sort of moral anything.
Yeah, and I think people get kind of touchy when you get into this subject, but I agree. I think the majority of people in this country are fucking retarded, and majority of them have a superiority complex, whether it's racial or social or economic. It's just like, and then the ones that are go through a psychosis feel the need that they have to be a fucking, like, just, everybody has this mentality that they're better than everyone else, and everybody is, I think, everybody says it all the time, like, comedians joke about it, like, people really are fucking stupid in this country, like, there is no getting around it. Like, there are, like, the majority of this country are fucking just inept morons, and most of them have guns, and most of them are untrained. Like, I go to shooting ranges every now and again. You want to believe how many people are so, dude. I went in there one time. There's a fucking guy, like, they get so pissed off when you, like, miss the target and you shoot, like, the ceiling or the wall, or like, you walk in there, the whole fucking place is riddled with bullet holes, like the fucking rafters, the ceiling, the walls, like, even the floor and shit. Like, people are just fucking not equipped to shoot a firearm. And there's this guy, he was in there, he had a fucking really expensive gun, he had a nice scope, and he's sitting there on the fucking desk. He couldn't hit a fucking standing target, and he kept hitting the sidewall and is, like, shooting dust throughout the whole entire range, and, like, he just was so oblivious to it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's too many dumb motherfuckers in this country, and a lot of them have guns. Like, it's just a fact.
It's just because we have so much bullshit and shit we don't need that just makes us stupider, and it's just distractions. Like Mark mentioned on my last podcast that I did with him, how there's just so much bullshit we do mundanely that is just so unimportant and so just detrimental to our state of mind and our overall just happiness, like just scrolling through your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Which, like, I still do it and it's still annoying and I'm still just doing everything I can to stop doing it, but it's just so fucking powerful, man. Like, people don't realize that. And I know I'm sounding like a boomer right now, but they're right when it comes to that.
Okay, boomer.
But no, the boomers are right when it comes to that. They didn't have that shit.
I don't know. I think life was easier for them back then, so, like, they didn't really have to think about shit like that. They just followed the societal norms, made their money, and did their work, and they didn't really have to think about much else. And obviously that's a generalization. There's people that struggled through all walks of life in any generation, but I mean, the people, the older people that don't realize that is the ones that went through it like that. It's just easy to see the entitlement.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, if you work hard, things will happen. It's like, yeah, maybe 60 years ago.
No, you could still do that.
Yeah, but it's more difficult. Like, you can work hard your whole life and
Doesn't
go nowhere.
matter,
It
dude.
depends on what you have to work smart. You have to choose things that actually work. So most people don't know how to do that.
But it just requires discipline. And, like, what people that are successful in all this shit, obviously, yes, there is some people that just there is a bunch of factors, but at the same time, these people that are successful and have all of this, they had a bunch of money, like where like from where they grew up and all this shit, whatever it could have been, they could still at the end of the day just choose to do heroin tomorrow and they could fuck it all up.
Yeah.
It just, like, these people, it just takes, like, take a look at the Vietnamese in New Orleans. That is just a prime example of, like, a lack of, like, just no victim mentality. Like, we're just gonna just do shit and we're just gonna get it done for ourselves, no matter what it takes.
Is there a high Vietnamese population in New Orleans?
Yes, in New Orleans East, there is a bunch of Vietnamese people.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure the fucking noodle places are bomb as shit down there then.
Well, so obviously when I was in New Orleans, I was an extremely different person. But so I was not into, like, Vietnamese food back then. Their king cake is, I know you haven't had that shit, but it's called Dong Phuong.
Sounds good. I like anything. Every Vietnamese thing I've tried has been fucking phenomenal, so I'm sure I'd love it.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, when we go to New Orleans, I am feeding you some fucking Dong Phuong.
You're 19, right?
Yes, I am.
Fuck, man, turned 21 already.
Well, so
before they raise the drinking age, fucking hurry up.
They're gonna raise it to, like, 40.
You never know, man. They raise the tobacco and nicotine and shit to 21.
I know. I mean, I just think everything should just be fucking 18. Even driving, I think people should just be driving at 18.
Well, you can drive at 16.
No,
you can drive at 15 if you have a fucking...
No. But I'm saying they should change it so that even that plus everything else is just 18.
Oh, you used to make everything 18.
Yes, because I think When you have these people that are fucking retards just like driving when they're 16 years old, like, I mean, obviously we could go on about the shit that comes from there and the accidents and all the shit it causes, but also, I just don't understand how we give that when you were literally driving a thing that can like kill people, and then it's like it's a heavy fucking machine you're driving, and it's really expensive. I understand why that's okay, but it's like, smoking a cigarette or taking a drink, that's gonna fuck everything up, when when you're
Yeah.
18. But
I mean, if you want to be realistic about it, like most science shows that your brain doesn't stop developing until like your mid 20s, or sometimes women develop a little bit earlier in their or in their early 20s. So it's like, if you want to make it fair, I feel like, to like drive, to consume alcohol, to purchase a gun, to vote, to, take out expensive loans, whether they're student loans or whatever the fuck, should be at, 24 or 25. You can even make that argument, because most
okay,
people are going to be irrational until they hit that point, and people are still irrational at every age, obviously, but
right,
just
and
to eliminate that.
right, and at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me as much because like the drinking 21, because I don't drink and I don't smoke, so I don't really care. Also, I am over 18, so then my own driving assessment that wouldn't apply to me because I could still be able to drive and have a car.
Yeah.
Um, but and I'm because like I mean I went the whole time in high school without um without driving and without a car, and I mean obviously I
I
know
couldn't have done it, man. Like,
right.
as soon as I turned 15, my parents made me go get a work permit. Like, there's no way I'd have them fucking drop me off everywhere.
Right, and I think I should have got it done earlier, but I'm glad I have it now. So
Dude, I've winged shit my whole life. Literally, like, when I turned 15, I did that shit, got my work permit, did my regular driving permit to get all the hours I needed. And then when I was 16, like, literally the day I turned 16, I was standing, or not maybe the day close to my birthday, I was just standing in line at the DMV studying the book because I didn't look at it. And it took like 2 hours to get through the fucking line because it was on a Saturday morning. And I just got the max mistakes you can make was three, and I made three mistakes, got my fucking license, and haven't gotten in an accident since. Knock on wood.
nice. Yeah, I haven't gotten in an accident
Um,
yet.
yeah, I don't know. Driving is a little bit less. Obviously, there's irrational drivers at every age and irrational drinkers at every age, but I don't know. Like I said, owning a firearm or getting into a high pressured loan, I think should not be granted to 18-year-olds. I just don't think it should.
Wait, so say all the things again.
I don't think owning a gun or getting involved in a high predatory loan should be available. Like, getting a student loan should not be available to an 18-year-old, or buying a weapon should not be available to an 18-year-old.
I thought you told me that you had to be 21 to have a gun.
You can be 18 and have a rifle. You have to be 21 to own a handgun
Ah, I
and
see.
conceal carry.
I
You
see.
can't conceal carry until you're 21. I think.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, but you right now can go buy a rifle and a shotgun, but you can't buy a pistol.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, like literally, like let's say you go to the gun store tomorrow. You show them your ID, you fill out the form. You've never been arrested, I assume. You're not a criminal. Fucking 18-year-old never shot a gun. There you go, bro. Here's a rifle. I'm serious. Like, it's that, and sometimes you get approved in like 30 minutes. Every time I'm not gonna say how many guns I've bought, but every time I've bought one, it's never been more than 40-minute wait. I've always gotten approved the day of.
Nice.
But that's just in this state. I don't know how it is in other states. I've never bought a gun in other states besides Virginia.
America. They love shooting each other. They love running.
Just fucking hand the shit out like candy. Fuck it.
Yeah, my brother said when he was in China, that's like legitimately what the people there would like say about America. They're like, "Yeah, aren't Americans just like running around with like guns and shooting each other, right?"
My
I don't.
favorite one is like when American learns that a group of fish is called a school. It's just a bunch of dudes shooting in a pond.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
But yeah, I hope this shit gets fixed soon in my lifetime. I mean, it's to the point where it's like I always went back and forth if I wanted children or not, but not anytime ever fucking soon.
Well, I do. I want to
You want
buy.
to raise a child in this world?
Fuck yeah, dude.
You want a boy or a girl?
Doesn't matter as long as I can have both. I kind of want to have both.
You want to have both?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have like however many kids it is. I wouldn't want like only girls and only boys. You know.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking nightmare if I was in a house full of girls or a house full of like boys. Like that would just be a fucking like I don't even want more than two kids. Like one girl, one boy would be my perfect number,
That's
or just one kid,
that's the stereotypical Japanese family.
one girl, one boy.
Yeah, and it's like only two.
The model works, man. They're smart as fuck.
Yeah, man. And like was America ever like that?
I have no idea.
In like the
I don't think so. I think America has always been more of a be fruitful type of nation. Like I think
really,
that's more
it's
of a
not like
yeah.
no, but like in like urban environments, it's not like yeah, I have like a
Urban
son.
environments, people have millions of kids with different people. So
It's
probably more
true,
kids.
true. I forgot about that. You know, because polygamy
Yeah, I don't
is
think
still
America.
practiced.
Like you said, we're a country of abundance.
Right.
But no,
Overabundance.
yeah, I don't think. Yeah, because like obviously the religious undertone is be fruitful, multiply.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's still so funny to see how like the Puritan evangelical Protestant base of this country is still in all this shit that's like today and like we were talking about with like the drinking age is like 21 and we just have this like this vendetta against like alcohol and stuff like that to an
yeah,
extent. And also just like the way that shit's always like regulated and you need to like just be like everything's just super strict, you know, whether it's like COVID rules or like gun control laws or like laws of like regulating businesses or like anything, you know.
yeah.
Where like, oh, we can't regulate it. Oh fuck, you can't do that.
Well, it just depends on like who has the better moral compass, right? Like what is good and what is not, and it's the more people that believe the thing. And then if you're the counterculture and you get more people to believe in the counterculture, then it flips. You know what I mean? It's just
Then there's a
it's a scale that tips back and forth, back
counterculture.
and forth
Yeah, what do you think of the Pilgrims?
as a people.
Yeah, just give me your opinion about the Pilgrims.
Like are you talking like specifically like Puritans that came to like the Massachusetts area, New England area, like those people?
They were like all Puritan, for the most part.
I
Like the
I don't know.
original, like that original Puritan people that like settled, yeah, like in Massachusetts and the East Coast.
I would not want to live there. It sounds like it was fucking a nightmare, and the Salem witch trials were a thing. Fucking fighting with engines, like it just didn't seem like a good time to live.
Yeah, man.
And there's nothing around. Couldn't really do shit besides just go to church and work. Didn't sound fun at all.
People say that's the same shit now. It's just
Yeah, but you have more choice of
I
to do
know,
stuff.
I know, but it's like,
Back then,
but like I was
you
saying,
couldn't play Star Wars Battlefront for fucking ever and be late to a podcast back then.
I know. The point of the story is that Will is a fucking asshole who was you know, I didn't have any respect for time or the patience of Jason or Jason's time, and I'm just a greedy, corrupt bureaucrat.
Yeah, you over here like America has no morals anymore. You need Jesus, bro. Fuck you.
I know, and then I just dicked you. I just like didn't give you. I completely didn't regard anything of yours. You know, I'm sorry. I
So I
did.
said we're a nation of hypocrites, bro.
Yep,
Nah, but,
I'm
I mean,
feeding
dude,
that
to be
shit.
honest, dude, fucking Battlefront's fun as shit. I haven't played Battlefront in so long. I'm gonna play it again.
Man, it
I
is
love that game.
the fucking. Do you know like the Jet Trooper? That shit
Yes.
is so
Yes.
goddamn fun. How I can just like I could like, and the fuel is so long. I can make escapes. I can just go and capture the command post, and I have like my rocket launcher. It's so badass and fun. And when I do this, because like I barely play video games anymore. Every time I actually do go back and do this, I'm like, man, this is fun as shit.
So were you playing like the original Battlefront or Battlefront 2?
It was the original one, yeah.
Oh shit! Because I think they made a remake, didn't they? Years
Yeah,
ago?
and it wasn't that good.
I was about to say I heard it didn't look that fun.
No, I mean it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool for the first like few days that you play it because before that there had just been there had just been like a long drought of no Star Wars games, but then um Disney like cuz it was like Disney had just like they had just bought Star Wars in 2013 and there was a bunch of projects that fell through the roof unfortunately. That's why Battlefront 3 never got to get made. But they signed a bunch of other deals with like EA or whatever, and EA had like the exclusive rights to make Star Wars games. But then again, they got that in 2013. So then it took a few years for them to actually like develop these games. And so then it just came from like this is exciting, because there's like a new Star Wars game that's out. That's not like a Lego game. But and it was also cool to have like a Star Wars game that had like really good graphics, and it was like on a next gen system. I was like, oh, this is really cool, and I could see how they did all this work in like recreating the models perfectly and really make you feel like you're in the Star Wars universe. But then it didn't even have like enough content to last you like a week. It was really just bare bones.
I think it's just part of, you don't have to make a fun game. You just have to tell people that you use the latest graphics or some shit like that.
No, yeah, because it's like a gimmick, and a gimmick only
Yeah.
works to an extent. And like, don't get me wrong, you can have a lot of fun with a gimmick. A gimmick is like there's still good shit from a gimmick, like the Wii. Like the Wii was fun as shit, but
I love the Wii.
I know I still love the Wii, and I hate to call the Wii a gimmick, but it's like no, actually no, a gimmick is the Kinect, because the Kinect, like nobody fucking looks back at the Kinect and is like, yeah, that was a quality ass time.
Yeah,
Like
you can go back and forth and calling like what is and what isn't a gimmick, but I mean, it definitely fucking worked. I always think gimmicks are like a shitty imitation of something, but it's like supposed to be their unique factor, but it
oh
just
oh,
doesn't work.
I'll give you my definition. A gimmick is like it's an illusion of an improvement. You know,
I feel like that's a good one. Yeah,
it's like all this shit now with like the new thing that's on the iPhone. It's like, why do you need that? Like, what is that gonna do? Like, is that really gonna make the iPhone more convenient than it already was?
they just like to use the word technology on any new bullshit thing to just win some
And
awards or check off some boxes or whatever the fuck people
technology's
jizz over.
yep, technology's a scam, dude.
Yeah, it is a fucking scam, and that's why games like Battlefront were so fun because, dude, not that many games are fucking two-player anymore like that in game.
Oh no, and that's what pisses me the fuck off, because even on I have it like downloaded on my Xbox One, and it's like the original version, but for some reason the only thing it doesn't have from the original version is the fucking split screen. I can't play the split
Go
screen
figure.
unless I play on my original Xbox, which works like every once in a while. I'm like, did you guys really need to take that away? Was it really?
Of course, they're losing money, man. You gotta fucking pay for it. You can't do this bitch for free.
No, yes, but at the same time, I'm like, I already paid for this shit. Did you really need to like put an effort to take it out? Like,
And charge more money too. Think about
yes, I'm
that.
like, no, but I mean, you could have charged the same amount of money and just kept the game exactly the same. Like, why did you need to change that? It's like, I'm not like, it's not like you were remaking the game and you just excluded a feature that was in the old game. Like, it's the same game. So why did you need to change it? It's so irritating because I have so many memories that I will cherish forever of like playing with my brother and my sister on Battlefront, and we're like in a tank together. Like I'm manning the fucking the ship. I'm driving it, and then my sibling is just like shooting on the top on the turret. It's just so fucking fun, man. And then like you said,
Yeah.
video games are just optimized for like solo or just online experience, and there's no like that couch play. There's just no more of that in video games, of like that two player, we're just both there and just chilling.
Yeah, and I think honestly the game that utilized split screen with also online was Halo. Like Halo 3 was a fucking like,
Fuck
oh
yeah,
my god, you
dude.
could do so much shit in Halo 3 more than you really can now in games. Like it's fucking wild.
Yeah, because it's like Halo 5, I know they said that the reason they took out the split screen is because they wanted it to run at 60 frames per second all 100% of the time. And
Oh god.
no, and I mean, like the 60 frames per second, it makes the game look really nice. Like it's a good looking game, but it's like at the same time, was that fucking worth it? uh, man.
Yeah, no, it's obviously just because they want to put less money and manpower into doing it, so they're just not going to do it. It's not about keeping the fucking frame, like, the frame rate's not a fucking issue. Especially with Unreal Engine, whatever the next one coming out, where they are basically doing a lot more complex detailing with less, I think they call them polygons, like that's like the actual frames of, I'm not a fucking animation guy, so I'm not going to get the right term, but it basically
Yeah, that's like it's
less physical material needs to be done to create a very cinematic or very detailed picture. So you can do a lot more stuff that doesn't take as much bandwidth or as much framework or whatever the fuck.
I think it's like the checkerboard technique or something. It's something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. They also have like really insane shadows and lighting in this one too. Like it's really cool.
Yeah,
I really wish I was into it, man. Like it seems like a loads of fun.
yeah, it's so cool to think about like how they're made, because there still is, and I still argue for that the fact that video games are an art form and how there is like a craft to making them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but I will debate with anyone who wants to tell me that they're not. And I understand that like you do just have this kind of idea that video games are just like COD and just shit that's just designed to be addictive. And it's like, yes, the majority of video games are not designed to be good, they're just designed to be addictive. But at the same time, there's still a bunch of these video games that are good and they are well designed and it is something to be in awe of.
Yeah, I mean, you can design a really fun game and it's really addicting, but they develop it to have an end. So it's like eventually it's going to run out of fun, and that honestly should be the goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Battlefront just tickles my pickle with memories.
Yeah, man, and like just being in like the ships and then just fighting on the thing and you get in these thick fights. That's why like
Dude, the space battles, bro.
yes, and like
The
there
fucking space battles.
yes, and like how you could go from like the space to the air and then you could like
Yeah.
go to the enemy flagship and just take it from the inside.
Yeah.
But at the
Hell
same
yeah.
time, you could also do all this other shit. And that's why games like Battlefront, they're the opposite of repetitive. And that's why like most games now are just so repetitive because you don't have that choice because it's all sacrificed for, like we're talking about all these good as shit graphics and all that stuff. But Battlefront, like with Battlefront, I still get to this day all these like little nuggets of experiences and little things here and there that I find, and it's just so cool. And there's so much options and variety and shit. The only thing that's missing, honestly, is just online play, which I wish still existed. But yeah,
Yeah, they really need to do a better revamp of that game and just make it as truly original as they can with more features, more stuff to do, and better graphics. Like I feel like the world needs another really fun game right now. Everybody's so fucking divided.
yeah, man. Like, remember when just like guys like you and me could bond over just like the fucking Call of Duty chat with like I'm gonna say the N word.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really miss that era of people just shitting on each other. Obviously it was fucking brutal, but fuck
Yeah.
it. Like it stayed in the video games.
Yeah, but for me, I never did that. But like, I missed like it's a Friday night. I'm getting on Xbox Live with my buddies, and eventually we're just like, we're not even talking about the video game. We're just playing a video game, and then we're also just talking about random shit, and we're just being buddies, and we're bonding over the video game. It's so cool.
Yeah, I really miss that too. We'd have what I would do with my friends is we would have sleepovers every weekend, and we would literally stay up till 4 in the morning doing zombies.
Oh,
We always had
that.
big zombies marathons.
Yep, I did similar things, or like we'd play like through the whole campaign of Halo or something. Or
Yeah, I miss that so
yeah,
much.
dude. And now we're old men now essentially, and we just work 50 hours a week. We can't do this shit anymore, dude.
I know. It's fun to dream.
Yep. I'm like, can I one day have so much money so that I could just play Battlefront all day?
You never know, man. You might get there.
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. I'll be
Do you
willing.
wish that? Like, do you want to have a bunch of money?
No, because obviously, I mean, that shit would only be interesting to an extent. Like, I would not want to just wake up and play Battlefront every day. I mean, it's
Well,
honest.
obviously not. Yeah.
No, but like, I mean, for me, I just want enough money to like have a family and have a job that I don't hate, and like, but it's something at the same time that's still challenging, and there's still like that workman aspect to it. But at the same time, I can still have enough money to eventually go to like go on a vacation with my family and do all the other stuff and
Yeah.
send them to a nice school. That's all I'm really looking for.
I think it just depends on the person because, like, for me, I remember like I'm not in been in situations that's been super fucking uncomfortable. Where I feel like I'm not gonna know what I'm gonna do. But I mean, when I was living with my parents and I was didn't have anything to worry about money or food or anything like that wise, and like I didn't just like slouch around and do nothing. Like I still worked full time. I still made time to have friends or date somebody or do whatever the fuck. Right? I made time for things, and I didn't just take that opportunity to do nothing or just play video games all day. So even if I have like I want to get to the point in my life where like I'm super comfortable like that again, where like I don't have to ever worry about money as being an obstacle. Not saying I want to have like an abundance of it to where it's just I can blow my money in a bunch of stupid shit. I just want to be set up to where I'm comfortable in every aspect of life, and I can
So you're
I
just
can really be more ambitious and get more work done by doing that.
you're so essentially just kind of like me, right? Where you just want to live financially stable and not have to have that worry about
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
goal because I don't want to turn. I don't want to lose sight of myself. Either like having to struggle or on the other opposite where I just am just indulgent. You know,
Yeah.
all the time.
But at the same
But
time, like in a situation where, like, let's say, I do have kids and like I am worried about my job, I'm still just gonna just fucking do it, man, so that they don't have to deal with the shit. That's what I
yeah, I mean
want,
that is the
man. That's
goal.
that's the
You
point of
gotta.
life. I see my dad doing that for me, and I see the good example, and I'm gonna continue that. I'm gonna bring that to my
That is the goal.
kids, and then the kids are gonna bring it to their kids, and the whole recycle. The whole, like, you see just the family tree and the line and the genealogy. It goes from King David all the way to Jesus. And you can see the whole genealogy and like the lineage. It's so cool, dude.
I don't. I'm pretty sure I've asked you before, and we can skip over it if I have. Have you done like a extensive background research, like an ancestry thing or anything like that?
Both of my parents had, so I assume it's just
Mm.
kind of whatever they have, sort of.
I don't know. I guess I have yet to do something like that. I've been kind of curious to know because I have a base understanding of where my family comes from on both my mom and dad's side, but I don't really have a clear picture or too many physical pictures in that respect too. So
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I said, being comfortable with myself to where I can just find extra things to do. That'd be the next thing I do.
Right. But like, how far back do you know your genealogy?
Uh, it's not that far. I would say like late 1800s to early 1900s
Okay.
on one side of my family.
That's kind of, well, for me. I don't necessarily know it, but like my mom knows certain things of like people that, like, were descended from like French settlers in Louisiana from like the early 1800s to like even the 1700s, some of them. But
Yeah.
my dad's side, since he was descended from Eastern European Jews, there wasn't enough documentation with that. So it would just be literally impossible to know. Like, I only know up to my great great grandpa, who came here in the early 1900s.
So you only could get any genetic information then, really.
No, and yeah, like, and a lot of these people, unfortunately, were their histories and everything related to them was just destroyed by the Nazis, because the Nazis just wanted to eradicate anything and everything related to these people. You know, so there's no
I
way to know.
you always forget about that part. Yeah, that's
Yeah, and like
yeah.
this,
Wow.
this, and like you can still see the aftermath of it today, and like just the stolen memories from like in Schindler's List. How you just there's the scene of they're just taking the suitcases and just dumping all the shit on the piles, just ready to go get it incinerated, because like they just didn't want anything remotely related to these people to ever be on the earth ever again.
And in that also, I think it had a lot of adverse effects where it brought a lot of that into the limelight too, because I think there's great historical records from that time from a lot of different families. I assume, at least from the people that I've heard interviewed about it.
Yeah, and that's why.
Just because it didn't happen that not that long ago, so you still have people surviving that can tell the rest of the story or go over their lineage or what their parents even did and what they had business wise and where their family came from. So
Oh yeah, no. The only reason I know my great great grandfather, the only reason I knew about his brother, who, like, I know his granddaughter, who's like related to us, and we met her whole side of the family, and stuff like that, through like a Skype call. It was so cool, and it was also really cool because we saw how, like, they kind of looked like us, and it was like this whole part of like our family that, like, we didn't know. And how Leah is her name. She like she was the lady we were talking to, who's like our third or whatever cousin. I don't even know what the term would be, but how she saw my brother, and she was just like in awe of how much he looked like her grandpa. It was so cool. Yeah.
Man, yeah, see, hearing stuff like that makes me want to go do it for my own side. The only thing that I have is I have the actual physical picture of the ship that on my dad's side, the people that came over from Germany, and I guess it was two brothers, and they didn't have any family left, or they all died out, so they came over to the States in the like late 1800s, early 1900s, and they had like a disagreement. So there's two sides of the family that are pretty. It's not like a Hatfield McCoy situation, but it's pretty much like they isolated the families from each other. So there's I have a pretty uncommon last name. So there's like a group of people that I've seen on social media that have my last name that I've never like met or heard of in my life, and they're from another state. But that's kind of as far back as it goes on that plane, and then also my dad's side, on my grandmother's side, is she's like first generation Mexican, and her parents moved from Mexico to like Colorado or some shit, and then I think she was born here. But I don't know anything like genetically or anybody that if I have still family left in Mexico. There's also disagreement. Like my grandmother fully believes that we're Apache, and then some other family members think that it's like Navajo. So there's a lot of shit that I want to explore on that side. And on my mom's side, I think it's just a bunch of like German, French, Scandinavian shit. I have no idea. I don't know anything. I'm from that side.
Yeah. What is your last name, by the way? I forget.
I don't want to say it.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Well, it's okay. No one listens to this podcast anyways.
It's just, I mean, it's literally phonetically how it's pronounced. It's just a long German name.
Right. Well, so my thing is kind of similar with like in the fact that so like where I'm descended from with my dad's Jewish lineage. So my, my great great grandfather, he came here with his brother, but then and like they worked here for a little while, but they came by themselves. They had families that were still in Ukraine. And so they had made up enough money to bring their families over, but then my great great grandfather's brother was like, "Nah, I kind of want to go back to Ukraine," and so then his side of the family stayed there. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, and
It's always amazing
and
how like one decision to move to like one place to the other, it just catalysts into millions of other like decisions down the line of where a whole entire group of people can just be from.
yes,
So it's like
and like I look
it's
at yeah,
crazy.
and I look at my situation and I see I come here and I meet all of these different people. You know, it's like what the fuck? I would have never met you, man. I would have never had the Irrelevant podcast. It's so crazy to think about it, and it's also cool how as humans we have this obsession of like alternate timelines and what ifs.
Yeah, and that's why like I like the concept of time travel and going back and affecting things and seeing how they actually would play out in the real world if you change them. But I just think so it's like I could, if I decide I like even the fact of me deciding to have kids or not, like I could if I was like, one if I was in a situation where I was one of the, few remainders of my bloodline, I'd have the sole fucking power to just end it with me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Or it's like I said, I could stay here forever, right? And I could, have kids here and like they could stay here, or I could move to a completely different state and like my whole entire generations after me would just fucking be from that state, even though like that's not even like I could live, for 30 some years here, fucking have kids here, and then just decide to move randomly to another state, and then that's where the legacy continues is in that state, even though we're from here originally. It blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah, man. Like all four of my grandparents are from New Orleans.
And so do you have any family anywhere else in the states besides there?
In the States?
Hmm.
So my cousins obviously they're from New Orleans, but they live in Texas. My other cousins they're from here also, but they live in like my uncle, but he and my cousins and my aunt live in Rhode Island. Um, but I'm just trying to think of like past my grandparents. So I know that my great grandma on my dad's side, one of them that is, was from like Atlanta. So I assume I might have family out there. I would know them. Um, and I don't know any. I think it's just mostly just New Orleans. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. The majority of your family is from a specific place, as
Yeah.
opposed to just scattered across the country.
Well, right, and even like my great great grandfather, who came from Ukraine, he settled in Ohio, and my great grandfather's from there, and they're like originally kind of in that area, you know. But then he came down to New
Okay.
Orleans, so yeah. No, he literally get this. My great grandfather, Sam Zeldin, who defended Lee Harvey Oswald, by the way.
Oh, I remember you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he literally defended the dude who shot JFK. Um, he literally moved down to New Orleans because he didn't like the weather in Ohio, and he's like, "Oh, I hear New Orleans might have better weather, so let's move there."
And that's how it started. Oh, dude, could you imagine being from Ohio?
Fuck no,
Ugh.
no.
Ugh.
That is the most stereotypical, like average ass American, like just everything we make fun of, kitsch, like everything.
So like I've been to like a bunch of different places in Ohio. It's a beautiful state. The fucking people, on the other hand, holy Christ.
That is just like the epitome of like German, like, you know, like German immigrants that like, yeah.
I think, dude, there's a comedian that I don't know. I don't remember who this was. He got in trouble. He was like, "If 9/11 happens again, I hope it happens in Ohio or some shit like that."
Was it like Bill Burr or some shit?
I don't know. It was one of those fucking guys probably,
Yeah,
but
Bill Burr's funny.
I do enjoy it. Dude, I remember I'm tying this because it just reminds me of what you told me, how like I love music so much and I've been to so many concerts, and you're starting to get into music, but you've never been to a concert.
Mhm.
I've never been to a stand-up show ever.
Neither have I.
I really want to go to one. I haven't had the chance to do it.
Dude, if Joe Rogan ever comes here, let's go.
I don't know if I'd see his stand-up. I don't think his stand-up is that good.
I've only heard like one of his things, and it was pretty funny. But it was just like a little.
It's entertaining,
It
but
was a little segment of a thing he said about like the Constitution or whatever.
if he was like not as like if he wasn't as popular, like I'm assuming his tickets are expensive. Like I wouldn't think I'd pay more than like $100 to go see him.
Right. But also like I don't associate him with being like a comedian. I just think of him as like a dude who's just like speaking his mind as like, and he's like a martial artist, you know? I don't really think of him as a comedian.
Dude, it's even weird for me because I remember him from Fear Factor. That's who he was to me. Like not even a guy that did like UFC
Yeah.
commentary. He was just the Fear Factor guy. So I was like, what is a podcast?
It's so weird because like it's so weird how so many people have like a different idea of like an exposure to Joe Rogan. Like a lot of people think of him as like just like the weed dude. A lot of people just think of him as the ape man or the comedian or like just like the Boston martial artist. Like he has a bunch of different cool like idiosyncratic things about him.
He's one of those interesting people too because I think most of the time, what irritates me, obviously, like Joe Rogan has a lot of really stupid takes on things, and he gets in
Yes.
trouble for shit, right? But here's
Yes.
my thing: like, people really miss the point of his podcast. Like, you don't go to his podcast to like influence your opinion from Joe Rogan. You're going to like see like who he like he. I've never like I've watched like sometimes he annoys me. Like I do like enjoy listening to him, but sometimes he just kind of like irritates me with the shit that he says. But I've never in my life seen a platform that brings on the most interesting guests that has the form of communication that is, bar none to anything else. Like you can't sit and listen to hours of free entertainment or just learn something or just have like it's crazy the amount of people he brings on. He's had over what fucking episode is he on now? Like 1,500 something?
So
Like
I think he's past that. No, but like, because he
it's crazy.
like you said, the point of it is just he's just like I just want to have a normal conversation with someone. Like no bullshit, no like promotions, no like hey in the podcast remember to talk about this please. Like it's just I'm just gonna sit down and have
Yeah.
a conversation with someone. It doesn't matter who it is, no matter what, like where they come from. Yeah, like I just want to talk to someone because that's what we need to do
Like
as
I
human
don't give a
beings. Yeah.
I don't give a shit what Joe Rogan says. I want to hear like the people that he has on. He has such interesting guests on his show.
I still want to listen to what he says. I mean, obviously, like you said, there's a lot of shit that I think he is just has either just like a base level knowledge about, or his opinion just fucking sucks, and I don't respect it. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that I am like 100% with him, and I think he has good takes on. And I'm like, yeah, man, like you're speaking the truth.
Yeah, like I said, I hate the fucking like left wing political hit job that gets done on him because like like you can tell like his intention is it's not malicious at all, and he's just like he like the amount of like different types of people that he brings on just to even have a platform like just proves that in itself. But especially like when he brought Bernie Sanders on, people were so fucking irritated at Bernie Sanders for going on Joe Rogan. What's like the point of going on the show is to like get what he has to, like if you're a fan of Bernie Sanders, there's no better fucking like thing to see him on, because if you like watch a debate, you're just going to hear like people
Right.
argue with each other
Yeah.
about 47-second tidbits of bullshit, so it's like you
Yeah,
can't
and
get to like
yes,
actually
exactly.
hear what they
Hmm.
have to say.
Yeah, and, like it's filtered. There's gonna be some shit where they were kind of be like, hey, remember to say this thing, but like when you yeah,
Exactly, it's
because
so scripted.
you're gonna hear him in his like actual real thoughts. And the other thing is like all that shit that was coming out about like the leftist like anti Joe Rogan thing. I'm like, this guy's like kind of left wing. Like I don't understand why you guys.
He's more left wing than he's right. The only thing he
Yes,
really
no,
gets shit for
he's
is the
left
trans
wing.
thing. That's it.
Yeah, but
The
other than
trans thing and the N word thing, I guess, is like, yeah, the trans thing and the N word thing is really the biggest hits that I guess you could say he could take. But everything else, he's super fucking left wing about, which
no,
is
but
really
like
funny.
But even the trans thing, I thought he was only against just like trans like surgery on kids. Like I thought he was fine with it when you're an adult.
I think he's also like against like uh trans people in sports. I think he wants like
Oh
its
yeah,
own
yeah, yeah,
category
yeah.
or something like that. I don't know. It's been for fucking ever. I don't really
Right.
give a shit. But I just think like it's just stupid that like people are attacking the like his medium is the best medium you can have for something informative or something that's entertaining, because
Yes.
like it's hours of content.
Right. And like you said, it's free. You get these people like it's about the guests, like you said, you get these people like Bernie Sanders or whoever it is that you support. You can just have them speaking their actual thoughts, and like that's the best
Yeah.
way to hear it. Yeah.
And I don't want to hear this like misinformation shit, because like we're misinformed on every fucking level in this country when it comes to the food we fucking eat. Like there's so much misinformation everywhere. Like I don't like when I listen to something, I don't have to like I'll like, oh, that kind of makes sense, but it's not gonna take like something to like something to fuck, I can't talk. Something could disprove that, and I would be fine with it. I'm like, oh, I guess it's different then. Like I don't like get bent out of shape that if I've learned something that is not true. Like it doesn't like we're fucking just get bent over a barrel on so many different aspects in this country. Like I'm not, I don't really expect anything is too true when I listen to it, honestly. So it's like I don't give a shit about like misinformation spreading, even if that is what it's going on.
Yeah, that's why the only thing that we can be 100% certain is true is the
I
Bible.
swear to God, if you're gonna fucking say this a million times again,
Because it's true, man. Bible's the only thing we can know. The word of God is the only thing that we can know is true.
there's got to be a counter, so where like you have to like count how many times you've said that in all the episodes, and just have it as like a little ticker in the bottom left corner of the screen, just like, to see like after like 2 years of doing this how many times you've said that on here.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking about going back and listening to all these and finding shit like that and just making a montage and like a
Yeah,
ding, ding.
you could have a 10-minute video pretty soon.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do like maybe when we hit like 20 episodes, do like a best of irrelevant podcast part 1 or something like that.
I feel like you should do that if there's actually growing an audience. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
just fucking stupid.
Oh,
Like best of
dude, the
play the celebratory music, bro.
my episode with Mark last week got 66 views, which is like
Oh, did it really?
yeah, because normally I'm trying to look at the views we
It
get.
usually gets like 14 or 9 or some shit like that.
Yeah, we average like me and you when you're on, we get an average of like now like 15 to even 15 is kind of pushing it. Yeah, like we get this the one with Chevelle and the inner piece that got 4.
Yeah, we're shooting big.
Hey, but then
Hell yeah.
the Mark Anthony Metaphysics Self Help got 19, so he balances it out.
Nice.
But then you see the one with Mark, they got 66. I guess maybe there's a higher market for that because a lot of these people that I'm posting this shit on social media to are like they're from New Orleans, so like they know who he is, so they're gonna want to hear that. Um,
I think too, it's just the more you do, just over time, like you're gonna just keep growing it and growing it, and then like when somebody clicks on a video that interests them, then like they'll watch the other ones too. So I think that's just how it kind of spirals out. I don't know, like YouTube's algorithm is weird.
Yeah.
I really haven't mastered it yet. I've been watching videos on this site for a long, long time, and heard a lot of content creators say their gripes and their challenges with it, but it just seems like it's always changing things. So who fucking knows, really?
The
All I
algorithm,
know is
man.
that sometimes the algorithm like just randomly picks your video to put on top, and a lot of people see it and it just becomes viral for no reason. Like there's been videos that have been 5 years old that the algorithm just picks, and a lot of people are watching it again. It's really strange.
Yeah. I was watching this video on how we complain about the algorithm all the time, but the only thing that validates the algorithm is just us actually clicking on the videos because we can make the decision to just not click on the video.
Well, it's that, and also like the subscription and the likes and all that other shit too. It's not just
Right,
clicking on the
right.
video.
Yeah, because don't like videos that have a lot of likes, don't that just make it more likely to be recommended?
I again, I have no idea.
Okay.
It's really a fucking gamble. I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
All I
get
know is
this,
that like
dude.
yeah.
Get this. We're all like bitching about how we need like the fucking formula to like the McDonald's sauce or like the Cane sauce or all the Chick-fil-A sauce or whatever the fuck it is. I want the fucking formula for the YouTube algorithm, man.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
Yeah, no, I'm more concerned about that. I don't give a shit about the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I also like it's like you have to put more work into it. So it's like if you just like find a way to market it where it's like you post it on forums, the people that might find this topic's interesting, or you like if you were to go to like a Chevelle fucking fan group thing or a forum and you just post it like, hey, here's the thoughts on this album, what do you guys think? Like, but you do have to do some active amount of networking. Obviously on the internet it's not as necessary because this is the networking, and YouTube is a website that millions of people fucking flock to, but you do have to do some active work and stuff to grow it. But again, it just depends on what you want out of it. And I don't know, like I feel like there's worse content out there that gets more views and subscribers. I don't think it's really too much about that, really.
Yeah,
I don't think our shit's like so unlistenable.
like the shit we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same time, we're still just doing this, and I keep saying that a lot. I'll change it up because this is what I learned in English class. You can't just keep repeating the same shit over and over again. You need to restate it. At the end of the day, I'm just kind of doing this because I just want something to speak and like just have my thoughts just put out because it's so fucking cool. One of the coolest things about a podcast is like you can have a really awesome conversation and you can go back and listen to it because how many times had you had it like when you were like younger, when you were like you having just like a conversation with the boys or with like whoever it was, and you had such an awesome conversation, but like you can never go back to it. But now you could fucking go back to it. It's almost like time travel. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's physical recording, and it's almost it's. I mean, I think it's more of a blessing and a curse because I mean, there's shit that I listen back. It's like, fuck. I don't know if you feel this way, but like you think of something in your head, right, and it just comes out the exact opposite, and you think it makes sense in the moment, and you listen back, it's like, holy fuck, this is the opposite of what I wanted to say.
Oh,
Or it's like, ooh,
definitely.
I didn't realize I said that in the moment. I don't, like you go back and like, fuck, like that's not how I actually feel. So like, there's a lot of
Oh
that shit
yeah.
too. It's just, ugh.
Oh, I feel that too. Like when I was trying to listen to the podcast the other day, I was like, "Oh man, I said that."
Which one?
I don't remember. I think it was the one with Chevelle. I don't remember which one it was specifically, but like it's hard because like I can think that I'm speaking very well and I'm articulated well, but I fuck it up.
It just goes like things. Yeah, cool.
Like at the end of the day,
Ah, I hate that so
but at
much,
the
dude.
same time, and it's like I'm not trying to do that, but it's still annoying, and that's just how it comes out, you know.
Yeah, and I think it makes because I enjoy listening to it because I try to make an active. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I don't really make an active choice to try to communicate better. I feel like I listen to it, I was like, fuck, okay, next podcast, I'm not going to do this, this, and this. And then I just get into the mindset where I just, go raw again and I just don't even think about that shit. And I just go back to what I was doing from all the other ones.
Well, I mean, I just kind of think about it, and it's just like a process that's just going to happen over time. I mean, I think we've gotten better at it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the more you do it, the more practice you get. I just think it's funny that,
And
like,
like,
I'm super critical of it. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this, and change it on the next one. Then I just don't.
right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but podcast is fuck, dude. We're doing
It's really the only medium where you can get any sort of jackass and just have their shitty opinions on here, and then people can either love it or just hate it or not listen to it.
Yeah, that's what makes it so cool. I'm just trying to get more guests, and like I'm telling you, if you're listening to this right now and you want to be on my podcast, just hit me up. I'll put you on the podcast. We could have a badass, awesome conversation. Yeah,
We got to do one where it's like multiple people, so it's like you, me, and like one guest, or you, me, and two other people.
I want
Not like I don't want to get too many people in the same one because it kind of gets chaotic, but at least like three or four people,
3 or 4.
I think, like us included.
4 would be the limit, but like
Yeah,
I want him to be on it, but I know he doesn't want to. I want Matt to be on the podcast.
no, he's not gonna do it. He's too scared to say some fucking raunchy shit again. Like he's just
Oh
gotta be
yeah,
limited.
I forgot that he has like the aftermath of doing his own, and he fucked it up.
Yeah.
What
But
about
yeah, no,
if we got like Travis or some shit?
dude, it's the people that I know. Like their schedules are just so fucked. Like it's hard to you can't even get them to commit to do something for like an hour or two one day a week. Like it's just I don't know. It's just everybody I know is on such a fucking weird schedule. It's just I can't think of anybody in my head that'd be good for this medium.
What about Adrian?
He would talk for fucking ever.
Well, hey, that's what we need.
I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Might as well. I
As
don't
well.
really care.
Yeah. Oh, so tomorrow is Sunday. Do you want to go to mass with me?
I'm actually going to my parents for the weekend for Memorial Day, but
Oh, I forgot about
yeah,
that.
so this week I'm doing that. Next weekend I'm going to be in LA, but if you want the following week I could do that and then we could talk about it. 'Cause
Sure.
I, like are you talking about like the Latin mass and like all the singing and shit?
Yes.
Yeah. So like I do want to experience that and see what it's like.
I can't guarantee you if it's gonna be the singing because there's high mass and low mass. High is when it's all sung. Low is when it's like only the priest is speaking and you can barely hear him and it's all silent.
I just
But either
I
one,
just think of high tide, low tide. I don't know why.
right? But either way, I think it's they're both equally really cool in different ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it at you have to say where it is, but yeah, definitely probably in 2 or 3 weeks or whatever the fuck. Or actually, fuck no, because I have to move. God, I'm moving on that day. Okay, so hold on. Because we're adults, we have to do shit on a fucking calendar.
Man, why can't we
Or-
be kids anymore and we could just do this? We could just play Xbox till 4 and we didn't have to give a shit about why the fuck.
Want to go get Arizonas and our bikes on Friday? Sure.
Yeah, oh, dude, I wish. Just go to 7-Eleven, get snacks, some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So the 19th. Oh fuck, that's Father's Day. Fuck man.
We can't do anything.
Okay, I guess 26th. That's like the closest I see.
June 26th.
I'm coming back from Los Angeles on that Sunday. The next week, I have to move out.
All
19th
right.
is Father's Day, and then so it looks like the 26th is a date.
All
It's a
right,
date, bro.
that's when it's happening.
Just nice.
Oh yeah, bro, you got to get ready. Wait, were you singing the Hunchback of Notre Dame thing?
I was starting to do the Halo theme, then I realized I can't sing, so I
Oh,
stopped.
okay, because then you sang like the exact notes to the Hunchback of Notre Dame opening song.
I'm sure I did. I have no control over my voice.
It's such a good song, like the. It's. I haven't actually seen that whole movie. I would like to.
How hard would it be to get the choir to sing the Halo theme at your church? Like, realistically, how hard would it be?
Oh, to actually sing it in a mass?
Even better, yeah.
Oh, like no, you couldn't. That's impossible. You couldn't do that.
Yeah, but it has to be like a little bit possible.
No.
A little bit of donation money in the right direction, you know? Wink, wink.
No, because like I know the priests there, they would never allow that.
That's even better. You know them. You can get it in.
Well, I'm saying I know them in the sense that like I know how they operate. So like I
Well, you have a month to prepare, so I'm sure you'll find it something.
no, but also like if I wanted for them to sing something, the fact that like even if it was liturgical music, I would have to talk to the music director who coordinates what music is going to be used for the liturgical thing because like it's this huge schedule. So even if it is like another religious song as opposed to this religious song, it would be hard enough to do that. So
I swear to God, I thought you said lethargical song.
no. No.
No, I feel you. I'm just fucking around, but I mean, To do it in the choir would be kind of cool.
I mean, you could.
I don't know why.
I mean, you could
I
do
just
it
like when groups of people do it.
right. You could do it at a choir like concert. You could definitely do that, but not at mass because you're literally doing the sacrifice. You're doing the most sublime act on the face of the earth.
Yeah, but you could like sing the notes and just do it to the melody, or sing the lyrics and just do it to the melody of the Halo theme, and people would notice because you could do it for like a couple bars and then stop and go back to the original one.
Well,
You know.
well, yeah, you're saying that. I don't. That's interesting. Like, I don't know how that would be. Like, if you just sang, like, if you took a liturgical prayer and
Yeah, just sung it in the melody of the Halo theme.
yeah, that I don't know about.
That'd be fun.
That's
You know,
interesting.
that'd be fucking cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's a badass tune.
Because you could do that to anything. Uh-oh. Did you cut out again?
Wait, did you not? Did it not register?
No, it did.
Fuck!
Only if it recorded on the audio. But dude, I thought your fucking mic died again or some shit.
Let's see. Oh man, we don't want to repeat of that. We don't want any more of these bullshit technical difficulties.
Guy was like, nope, blasphemy.
Yeah, Will, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Got him.
Oh man. Well, I think this is a good place to stop.
I agree.
This was a good one. I don't think it was as good as some of the other ones, but it's a nice return.
You say that every episode.
Do I? Because some of the episodes I think we did a great job.
I didn't really feel this one. I guess it's okay. We talked
No,
for 3
I
hours.
don't.
It's all right.
Yeah, but I don't say that shit on every
Yes,
single
you
one
do.
of them. On the last one,
Yes, you do.
no, I fucking don't. On the last one we did with the Mark Anthony shit, I was like, "Yo, I'm dicking," and then Jason was like, "Are you feeling
You're
it, Will?"
not starting that fucking. It's not gonna stick. Stop saying it.
Hey, I'm dicking.
You're forcing it, bro.
No,
You're not gonna sell T-shirts with it. I promise you.
I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to do. You can be fuck it. Anyway, so but no, but either way, you asked me if I was feeling it on the last one you were on, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude,
Feeling
fuck
it,
it.
daddy?
I am yeah, I'm chilling."
All right. Well, hopefully you feel the next one, and yeah, plan to do the 26th of June.
Right. All right. Cool.
Good night, buddy. Get some good Christian sleep.
Good night, buddy. Get some
Have your head with holy dreams
good
and sinful memes.
yeah. Get some good skeptic sleep.
Some skepticism.
Oh yeah, like some skepticism sleep. There we go.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Keep me past my bedtime. You're late. Now you're keeping me up. Get out of here.
Will, stop doing all this bullshit that you bitch that I'm doing. Yeah, fuck you, man, you hypocrite. Sucking parasitic little chat.
Good night.
Good night.